I've seen some bad stuff.
Go up on like a minute and a half now.
And then Mohawk's what, double? What's Mohawk?
Double.
Double.
Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Gold heading back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
Swing and a miss! A no-hitter in the WPIAL championship game.
The Mohawk Warriors have knocked off the four-time defending champion and are champions again.
The Shenango Wildcats are the WPIAL champions.
Elwood City, WPIAL champions for the first time in school history.
Cox with it. Cox all the way in the jam again. The Red Hurricanes storming their way to another title. Swing and a miss. A one-hit masterpiece.
Turn. Fake it to Maple, keeping himself, coming near side. Can they hit him? No! I think he got in! He did! Wilmington has won the state championship!
Strike three called. Put another notch in the belt. Memorial Spartans three-peat.
And the Shannock is the 2021 2A Girls Champion.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Welcome to the Lawrence County SportsNet. Kickoff, Week 0, lcsportsnet.com. I'm James Dotson alongside Lee Moon for our Week 0 game. The Mohawk Warriors hosting the Union Scotties. Lee?
Congratulations.
We did it. We did it. We did it.
We're on the air. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet, sponsored by LCAP or powered by LCAP. This is great. So thanks to LCAP for everything you do, and thanks, Mr. Dotson, for the vision coming true.
Tonight's broadcast on the Lawrence County SportsNet brought to you in part by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership, and we're going to pause right away for the playing of our national anthem. your national anthem from the Mohawk Warrior Marching Band here, beautiful Bessemer, Pennsylvania.
Gorgeous night.
Well, it was 90-plus degrees earlier today, Lee. We are just glad that we have a little bit of shade now.
Is 115 in the press box for a pregame.
It was our Trib HSSN pregame show.
But looking at the radar, everything looks like it's north and east of us. It looks like we're going to have a good night.
This is the Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George pregame show. Your insurance company is not always on your side, but the law office of Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George are. Visit them online at lgkg.com for a free consultation. Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George, keeping promises for over 80 years. Lee, it'll be the Warriors, 1-6 a year ago, Class 2A in the MAC. Midwestern Athletic Conference against the Scotties. 4-3 a year ago, just missing on the playoffs. Would have made it if it was a regular, normal season. Everything, of course, going absolutely haywire a year ago, but we're glad to have a bit of normalcy back. A great crowd. The tailgate out here as well. Absolutely impressive.
Yeah, a lot of 70s rock going on behind us, and got the cornhole going on, and just a great atmosphere here in Bessemer, PA right now.
Take a look at these teams in a moment, Lee, but let's just talk about what we're going to have coming up here on the Lawrence County Sports Network for a moment. Game plan is over 100 events. And that's not just games. We already have had the Blossom Bash brought to you by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. And just any sort of event. We're going to have the Lawrence County Band Festival in a couple of weeks.
Yes,
hopefully going to work with the parades downtown in Newcastle.
Wow.
Lots of fun events, and we're glad that we can have Lee Moan and our very talented staff throughout the course of this year to be able to make that happen.
Yeah, it's all about the talented staff, because I'm not the talent here. We got a lot of gold shirts floating around this deck tonight. We're high above the press box here at Mohawk, and it's working out all the kinks right now. Things are looking pretty good so far.
So let's take a look at these two teams, Lee. Let's start with the Mohawk Warriors. Coach Tim Mccutchen, now his 7th year at the helm. And it goes in 2-year spurts. First 2 years, the Warriors were 1-17. Middle 2 years, 14-7, including a big Midwestern Athletic Conference championship. But in the last 2 years, a 3-14 stretch for Coach McCutchen's Warriors, and just injuries when you're already short-staffed because of everything going on and not getting much time to work together. A lot of young kids had to grow up quickly, and it made for a lot of growing pains, but some kids grew up in a hurry, especially quarterback J.C. Voss. He was a big bright spot on this team a year ago.
Yeah, coaches don't like to play freshmen if they can not do it, but unfortunately you have to do it sometimes. But J.C. Voss really grew into a pretty good quarterback. Last year threw the ball an awful lot, almost 1,300 yards passing, but unfortunately they did not have much of a running game last year. So that's why they had to, like the coach said, everybody knew in the stadium that they had to pass the ball. So they were passing the ball off a lot. Hopefully this year they're going to be a little bit more balanced. Looking for that main running back. We'll see. Yeah, that's a good thing about the first week here. It's a non-section scrimmage game. So they can test out a few things and see maybe somebody might take that leadership role here tonight in the running game.
And you expect to see A.J. Carnucci a little bit, both in the backfield and as a slot receiver. Missed all of last year with everything going on. He's back. Nice to see that for the Warriors. But Junior Micco, really the main skill position player back. Top 4 receivers. The only one back from last year is Mark Conti on the outside, but you expect to see a lot from Junior Micco working out of the backfield.
Yeah, Micco. I mean, he only had 95 yards rushing last year, but like I said, they were throwing the ball, but an awful lot. But he's a nice talent here at Mohawk. It's good to see the numbers. Numbers are look pretty good for the roster here at Mohawk.
Let's take a look at the other side for the Union Scotties here this evening. Lee, Coach Stacey Robinson, believe it or not, 25 years now at the helm of the Scotties, the athletic director for the past 7 years.
Yeah, he hasn't aged a bit.
No, not at all. And and always one of the most fun interviews you can ever come up with. But Coach Robinson,
I love the honesty.
It is honest, and it's the same thing each and every year. It's a numbers game, and about 24, 25 coming out on the team this year. The main question has to be what's going to happen on that offensive line. You lose a Division I prospect of Aaron Gunn, now playing out at Louisville. 3 other starters, though, returning on the offensive line from a year ago. but it's still not air and gun. The question is, how will this team be able to protect the quarterback and create a running room up front? Especially tonight, we'll see it right away with this big Mohawk offensive line. I think that's got to be the biggest key in any game, but especially in tonight's.
Yeah, and we saw them last week. We did a trial run here on Lawrence County SportsNet against Laurel, and they held their own against the AA Laurel last week. Their offense off to a little shaky start last week, but they got things going, and their offensive line seemed to start gelling a little bit. So we'll see if that can continue. And when you have Tyler Staub coming back, it's always nice to have your quarterback coming back. He threw for almost 1,300 yards last year, but he's got some legs on him too. He can scramble well if he needs to. They want him to sit back, but if he needs to scramble, he will.
Yeah, he had 5 or 6 touchdowns on the ground last year as well. Did Staub, and Jackson Clark, a two-way threat out of the backfield as well. 492 rushing yards and over 200 receiving yards as well. Those kind of dual threats, those are the athletes that you've seen come out of Union over the past 15, 20 years under Coach Robinson, and Jackson Clark is just the next example of that. Started as a tight end as a sophomore, moves to running back for his junior and senior year.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what Mark Stanley can do, because he's a big boy, and he's at 6'2", 225, 230 range. So I'll see that fullback, if he's going to be in for short yardage, or if he can be able to pound the ball a little bit too. Saw a little bit of him during the scrimmage, off to a slow start during the scrimmage, but anxious to see what he'll be able to do too with this running game.
High school football on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Tonight's broadcast at lcsportsnet.com and on the Trib Hive High School Sports Network is brought to you by Maley Chiropractic. You deserve to feel good. By the law offices of Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George, keeping promises for over 80 years. By the Red Zone, score big at the Red Zone. By Joseph's Marketplace, family owned and operated since 1915. By Pontius Insurance, love the life you live, worry-free. By Michael Kirkwood Jr. and Castle Realty, people you know and people you trust. And by the Crane Room Grill, family owned restaurant, brewery, and banquet center. By the Union Area Education Association, and by Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Special thanks to all of our sponsors for allowing us to bring continued coverage of the County of Champions here at LC SportsNet. Let's take a quick break here in our pregame show. We'll be back with starting lineups and kickoff from beautiful Bessemer, PA. That's when we return high school football on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
What do you expect for free? What do you expect for free?
For 20 years, Maley Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Maley Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Maley Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Has your child's early education slowed down or even paused due to the pandemic? This is crucial time you can't get back. LCAP can keep your little learner on track for success. We have options for working and non-working parents with in-person childcare and age-appropriate virtual learning to keep them busy and engaged. Parents, don't hit pause on early learning. Lawrence County Community Action Partnership can jumpstart their future. Learn more at lcap.org.
Joseph's Marketplace is Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Fresh meats and produce, full-line deli, homemade foods, and much more. Joseph's Marketplace has hot foods prepared every day. They also have Newcastle favorites like grape leaves, hummus, and wedding soup available daily. Follow Joseph's Marketplace on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates, or stop in to see what's cooking each day. Come hang out at the brand new cafe and bakery, full of great coffee, drinks, sandwiches, snacks, sweets, and free Wi-Fi. In a rush? Go to josephsnc.com and place your cafe order online. Joseph's Marketplace, family owned and operated since 1915.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
All right, I got it. Back here in Bessemer, Pennsylvania, the inaugural broadcast here on the LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP. This is the Luxembourg Garbett Kelly and George pregame show, a law firm of AV-rated attorneys and super lawyers. Luxembourg Garbett Kelly and George has been keeping promises for over 80 years. Call them at 724-201-1576 to let their team of attorneys guide you through the legal process. Or visit them online, lgkg.com. At Luxembourg Garbett Kelly and George, we try cases and insurance companies know it. Lee, we're waiting for the teams to make their way out on the field. Got to be entertained a little bit by the Mohawk Area Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Jason Zay. Let's take a look while we have a moment at 1A and 2A respectively. For the Scotties, they're going to be in Class A's Big 7 Conference. And in that Big 7 Conference, Lawrence County Shenango coming in as number 5 in the Trib Live rankings to start the year. Shenango as the co-champions a year ago with Rochester, and a monumental year for the Cats. Rochester coming in as number 2, so it's going to be a very deep section and a very deep classification as a whole.
Yeah, we get to see Shenango tomorrow night. Shenango's
right.
Against the Shannock back here on Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Looking forward to that game tomorrow from the Shannock High School. But yeah, you got Burgettstown, Cornell, Fort Cherry, Northgate, Our Lady of Sacred Heart. You already mentioned Rochester and Shenango, and Union is the Big 7 Conference. And who knows what's going to happen at the beginning of the season. And one thing about Union, I mean, they're playing their first 3 games are against double-A opponents. So, I mean, they're really putting to the test to see before they get into the section. They're going to be well tested before they even step on in the conference play. Yeah,
it was interesting talking to Coach Robinson earlier in the week, actually, Lee. I mean, everybody talks about how great it is that you're getting these local games. He likes it, and he doesn't like it at the same time because, yeah, he's having to play up in classification in all 3 of those games, which doesn't help the record. And, you know, let's face it, when you're low on numbers, you have that injury concern, and that just doesn't bode well. So that was kind of interesting to hear a coach say, it's nothing special. No. On the other side, though, Lee, for Mohawk, I think this is exactly the type of tune-up that you would want to see for Coach McCutchen to get his team. Again, a rough year last year, but so much experience gained on that offensive line. He couldn't stress enough how much depth he ended up having at the O-line. He couldn't give me confirmed starters until late last night because there were battles that were still going on even the day before the first game of the year. That's got to be a big, big boost. And it's all underclassmen, which is good in a sense, but also bad that, you know, the big leader in Charlie Schillenberg currently out, unsure on the timeline for him, one of the senior captains, unable to suit up tonight. So that's going to hurt, but at the same time, you know you have depth coming up from for these guys who are going to be dressed in black tonight.
Yeah, and the good thing, it's just still a scrimmage game. Records count, but they don't count. So you can mix and mingle a little bit and see what you have, which is a good thing. But it's always nice to get Mohawk and Union back together. We mentioned, since 2007 this is the first time these 2 schools have played because Mohawk's numbers that go up, and then Union, well, we already know they're always one of the smallest schools in the WPL, along with them and Cornell and Avella. Those schools, tough to get numbers out. Tough to get students out. They have, because of the number of students in the school.
I'll tell you what, Lee, too. I'm actually kind of surprised that Union is even using the locker room. Not because of anything COVID-related, but the fact that these schools are 4 miles apart. Might as well get dressed at home, get on the bus, and make your way over to Mohawk. It's crazy, though. 4 miles apart, yet they haven't played in 14 years. Last meeting was back in 2007, a Mohawk victory 36-16. In fact, they've won 3 straight meetings between these 2 schools. So that's another fun part. The good part of week 0, I think more than anything, is the fact you do get to have these kids who've played each other, know each other well. They've played all the way growing up, in the Pee Wee and midget leagues, and now they get a chance to go and play against each other in a meaningful varsity game, the first time that these two schools have played at the varsity level in 14 seasons.
Yeah, now for me, that I live in Butler County, it doesn't, coming up this long road, it seems like Union's a lot further than 4 miles from Mohawk. You sort of surprised me when you used that stat. But yeah, this is a great atmosphere here at Mohawk for sure. But like you said, it's nice to be able to play these, gonna know most of the team. So it should be fun as Mohawk makes their appearance on the field.
Look at the backup here. If we can get one of these cameras to turn around, we'll get Rachel Bowen to turn around. There's a traffic backup. We're going to get you a look at this. Coming in, there's no more room in the high school parking lot. They're parking them on the grass between the football field and the baseball field. Take a look at this, people, as the Union Scotties now come onto the field. But, yeah, we are completely backed up, people waiting to make their way in. In fact, I think they're going to start making their own parking lot behind the scoreboard.
I think it's because,
this is incredible.
I think it's because we're on the air. They're coming to celebrate our inaugural broadcast.
Well, we're glad those who are in the car listening to us as you make your way in. Absolutely incredible what we have here.
The only traffic jam you'll ever see in Bessemer, PA is tonight probably. But it's a great sight to see. I mean, last year you couldn't have fans. I mean, they were alternating, when you can go in the stadium, when you couldn't go out of the stadium, and now we're back at least at a little sense of normalcy, at least for now. Hopefully that will continue here tonight, but it's great to see these two local schools getting together.
One thing we didn't mention, Lee, I want to point it out real quick. Both teams losing their top receivers from a year ago. Anthony Neely, Ron Holmes, two of the leading receivers for the Scotties. They're gone. They have a trio of sophomores in Mike Gunn, Dane Jonke, and Braylon Thomas, who you're going to see out there a good bunch tonight. For Mohawk, they lost 4 of their top 5 receivers. Mark Conti, he's one of the ones who's returning, although he did lose his lid as he was going through the paper. I don't know if we saw that as we were coming through, but he's going to be one of the big returners on the outside for sure. But the question mark, I think, for both teams might be on the perimeter as well.
Yeah, we'll see if they'll be able to get the ball to him also. They got 2 very, very good quarterbacks. I mean, they both have very, very good arms. So we'll see if the passing game does open up here tonight.
Captains out there for the Scotties. It's Tyler Staub, Jackson Clark, Nick Vitale, and Antonio Ferrone. For the Warriors, AJ Carnucci, JC Voss, Mark Conti, and the mentioned injured Charlie Schillenberg. For the Warriors, the all black, even the helmet all black.
In the 90-degree heat.
Well, again, thank goodness it has cooled down a little bit, but.
Oh, yeah.
And Mohawk has won the toss, and they will receive the football to start the game, Lee Moan. So how about this? Coach McCutchen said, hey, our offense, we threw it a lot last year. We want to be more balanced. Let's get our team out there right away.
Yeah, you go back at this rivalry started in 1925, these two schools between when Mohawk was Mount Union Mohawk and Union, 1925. They were Bessemer and I can't read my own writing.
Well, I'll have to get back on that one for you, Lee. Yeah, Bessemer High School.
Yeah, Bessemer and can't read my own writing.
Yeah.
But anyways,
it's a long rivalry. Again, 2 schools so close together, and we're going to be able to get you so many of these county versus county games this year on the Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP. So excited to be able to bring that to you here today. While we have a moment, got to give a shout out our producers today, Aaron Vigiano, Dom Summers, running the cameras, Christian Cassie, Rachel Bowen, Ashley Haltala, running social media, Mr. Rob Natel. We have everybody involved for the inaugural broadcast. This is what we love. This is the way it's supposed to be, folks. Yeah. Buckle up. It's football 2021. It is a packed house, and it's only going to get more packed as these cars continue to file their way in.
Yeah, and I'm glad you have somebody in charge of running the social media. That way we can just look at football, which is a good thing. What a gorgeous night. I mean, you can't ask for much better. Prayers are answered.
Little threat of rain earlier in the day, too. And guess what? We have avoided it, though I am getting death glares from everybody within earshot now. So Union will be kicking it away. Jackson Clark will tee it up to kick it.
The sun might cause a problem here a little bit.
Mark Conti and A.J. Carnucci standing at their own 10-yard line.
Yeah, Conti shielding his eyes. So if I'm the Union coach, I'm kicking that way, of course, because the sun for the next 15, 20, probably about the next 30 minutes or so is going to be in Mohawk's eyes, and that's probably why Union choosing to kick the ball this way. We'll see. Here we go.
And with that, the Lawrence County SportsNet about to be underway. Clark, low line drive kick on a couple of hops, bobbling it. Finally, Carnucci able to pick it up. Hesitates coming near side, and he's met with authority by Braylon Thomas. 2-on-2 to the 23-yard line. That's where the Warriors will start 1st and 10. We'll take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Michael Kirkwood Jr. and Castle Realty, catering to buyers, sellers, and renters in Lawrence County and surrounding areas. Check his listings or list your home at castle-realty.com. The quarterback, J.C. Voss, the senior, 12 touchdowns a year ago. Junior Micco and A.G. Carnucci in the backfield. Wide receivers, Mark Conti, Joe Reed, and Aiden Sample. The tight ends, Luke Kuhn, Jimmy Guerreri. And on the line, Colton Root, Jack Mays, Vinny Perry, Alex Chapman, and Michael Dominic. No hash marks in the middle of the field. We'll do our best. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. In the gun. And right away, we have a whistle, and it looks like Union lines up in the neutral zone. Well, you expect a lot of penalties in the first game, but without a snap?
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing across this. I was looking for Coach Robinson and his reaction, and that's why I'm laughing. It was typical.
So 1st down and 5 on the Warriors' first possession of the game. Ball whistled for play. Across the formation is Guerreri. Handoff up the middle. That's Carnucci in the backfield, dragged down by Clark after a short gain out to the 30-yard line. Gain of 2 on the first carry of the game. Let's take a look at the defense for the Scotties. On the line, Mason Benedict, Antonio Ferrone, Ron Clark, Mark Stanley, Caden Fisher. Inside linebackers are Clark and Vitale. And in the secondary, Mike Gunn, Lorenzo Mangino, Tyler Staub, and Braylon Thomas. 2nd and 3. Another handoff up the middle. This time it's number 10, Junior Micco, getting his first carry. And the junior moving the pile forward. Gain of 5 and the first down of tonight's contest.
Yeah, good hard run there by Micco. Took 3 Scotties to bring him down. So we talk a little bit about that offensive line for Mohawk. So far off to a good start in the first 2 plays.
A year ago, they had about 500 total rushing yards in the entire year. It was crazy. The year before that, they had only 200 passing yards, 282 to be exact. Last year, over 1,200 yards. It's been mix and match. Mccutchen hoping for more balance. Big hole on the left side, this time for Carnucci. Bounces it outside. 1st down and more. Look out across midfield. Knocked out of bounds in the secondary by Staub. But after a big gain from the 35 to the other 36, a gain of 29 for Carnucci.
One of those youngsters on the line, Alex Chapman. He's the one that blew the hole open. Great job by him. And then the runner getting outside and going down that sideline. Good start here.
4th play of the opening drive coming in.
Yeah, Chapman had Benedict was coming in and just threw Benedict aside, and that opened up the hole.
2 receivers to the right. Tight end on that right-hand side is Guerreri. Voss in the gun, low snap. He'll draw back to pass for the first time, being chased from behind. Good dump off to Carnucci. Tries to bounce outside, and he's going to escape momentarily, but good job to pursue by Clark and limit that to just a 2-yard pickup.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get around Clark, but Clark did a nice job. Closed the gap quickly. Was able to not do the horse collar and throw him down.
You know what, that might be the most impressive part of that.
Yeah. It's easy to get that top of that shirt and pulling him down, but he did not do that, so good job by Clark.
Grabbing the shirt is fine. Can't get inside the shoulder pads. Traffic jam finally beginning to lighten up as people still file in here at Mohawk Warrior Stadium. 2nd down, handoff. Not much room this time for Micco. Tripped up in the line. It appeared Ferrone got there first. Give him a gain of 3, 3rd down, the first 3rd down of the year coming. here at lcsportsnet.com.
Yeah, the good thing about the big crowd, the 50-50 will be up.
That's what we call the Shazi special.
Yeah, the donation, which we'll probably throw over since we're high above the deck here, the press box.
Great vantage point. Glad to be able to bring it to you from the booth, above the booth here in Bessemer.
It's a lot colder up here.
Trips to the short side of the field. Handoff, trying to bounce it to that right side is Micco, and he's met immediately by Vitale.
Great play by Vitale. Fought off the block, recognized the run going outside, and great one-on-one tackle there. And I'm sure Mohawk will probably go for it here in 4-down territory.
Yeah, 4th down and 3, definitely 4-down territory. They're going to bring in, looks like an extra tight end for Aiden Sample. That's a wide receiver coming in. Deceptive number 80 out there. But 4th down and maybe not much of a decision. Definitely in no man's land
So
here.
Already trying to establish that running game that they could not do last year, so it's good to see.
7th play of the opening drive. 4th down and 3 coming up. Voss looking to his left. Lobs one over the middle. Has a man. Bobbled and caught. Touchdown. Mohawk. Mark Conti able to get just enough separation from Gunn in coverage, and a beautifully thrown ball there, Lee, from J.C. Voss.
Yeah, just over the outstretched arm of Gunn. It looked like Voss might have looked off one receiver, and that drew Gunn in, and I was able to allow to get that touchdown pass in. So good job by Voss. Mohawk going down right down the field. First points of the year for the Mohawk Warriors.
28 yards officially on that scoring strike. On to attempt the extra point.
Number 42, which we do not have. That's great.
Well, we were told it was going to be Wilkins kicking the ball, and we'll go with that. Kick is up and good. With 8:29 remaining in the opening quarter, Mohawk strikes first. A 4th down touchdown from Voss to Conti. Warriors 7, Scotties 0. WPIL football on the Lawrence County SportsNet, presented by LCAP.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Shannon for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods, custom apparel to embroidery and more, Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Looking to buy, sell, or rent in Lawrence County? Get Realtor Michael Kurtwood Jr. in your starting lineup today. Michael Kurtwood Jr. of Castle Realty caters to buyers, sellers, and renters of Lawrence County and the surrounding areas. Call Michael Kurtwood Jr. at 724-301-1482 today. Check out his current listings or list your home at castle-realty.com. People you know, people.
7-0 Mohawk as they score on their first possession of the year. Wilkins with the extra point. He'll now squib it away down the field, taken by an up man. That's Thomas at the 25. Look out, 40, 45, cutting back near side across midfield. One man to beat. Look out, you're not going to get him. Just like that. 75 yards to the house for Braylon Thomas.
Squib kick. Nope, wrong guy to kick the squib kick to, because we saw him last week in the scrimmage against Laurel. This guy has some pretty good jets on him, and once he beat that man about midfield, made that cut to the right, there was nobody going to stop Braylon Thomas. So Union answers right back. 7-6 game. 75 yards to the house.
Oh.
Gotta love it.
Wow.
Yeah, like I said, we saw his explosiveness last week. He played a little bit of quarterback. Now Union needed an extra player on the field trying to get that 11th guy on.
Yeah, that'll happen when you return a kick for a touchdown. Maybe a little bit of excitement.
What do you mean a little?
A lot of bit of excitement. Now they're finally getting ready to play. It'll be Staub to hold. Clark, Lou Groza style, straight on to attempt the extra point. Snap is back. Kick deflects off of a lineman, and it goes through. Are you kidding me, Lee Moon? Are you kidding me?
You gotta love it. Hey, you kick it hard enough, it goes through.
It just has to go 20 yards and at least 10 feet up in the air.
What kicker did you refer to straight on?
Was it Lou Groza?
Okay, I was going to go with Jack Dempsey.
Jack Dempsey for sure did.
Yeah, that's the one I would go with. But anyways,
I'm pretty sure Dempsey kicked it a little bit higher than that, but it was.
I would hope so.
It was effective.
It does work. Hey, you hit somebody in the back at the right angle. I mean, you're the math teacher, so you hit it at the right angle. Barely gets over, so nonetheless, it doesn't matter how it makes it as long as it makes it. So Scotties tie this up, making it 7-all. Off to a good start here from Bessemer, PA.
Oh, we have a moment. I want to remind you that coming up at the half, we'll have the Trib Live High School Sports Network halftime show with Don Rebel and Chris Harlan. They're going to take a look at the new playoff format in the WPIAL for the 2021 season. That's the Trib Live High School Sports Network halftime show presented by Essie Tire and Export Tire. Well, Lee, we're off and running. First one at 50?
Yeah. No, I'm not going that way, but first game, you never know.
Clark gets this kick up in the air, taken at the 14-yard line by Conti, and he's got some room in front of him. Cross 40, close to midfield, and if not for Jackson Clark, the kicker, that might have been a return to sender the other way. But a big return, 34, 35 yards on that return. They're going to spot it, it looks like, right at midfield.
So Mohawk in some great field possession. See if they can continue that running game as they established a little bit in that first drive. They'll mark it just short of the 50.
Of course. So 1st and 10, a 7-play scoring drive for Mohawk on their first possession. Voss threw the touchdown to Conti. This time gives it to him on the reverse, and he is hit and hit hard. Jackson Clark is taking names.
And we have a penalty on the play right around the line of scrimmage. Let's see what that call is going to be. A holding call on Mohawk. I would think they'll probably take the penalty since it was a 1-yard game, but we'll see what Coach Robinson wants to do. But boy, great hit by Clark. Read that. It looked like that play was going to go for a few yards. Clark stepped in and made him pay for it.
So it's either 2nd and 9 or 1st and 22 based on where it looks like they're going to have them spotted. They will mark it back. So officially, Shaw's reference number 2. Did anybody put an over-under on that for tonight, Lee?
No, we should have.
Officially goes down as a 2-yard loss and then the 10-yard penalty on that carry. First penalty against the Warriors. And it will be 1st down and 22 back at their own 37-yard line.
Yeah, I was waiting for the Jeopardy music to start playing there because it took a while to decipher that.
Again, this would be the second scrimmage usually, but with week 0 getting everybody an extra game if they choose to want it. Voss is going to drop back. Now scrambling off to his left. He's got some legs too, and he's not going to throw it across his body, and kind of got hit in the arm as he got rid of the football. Giving chase was Clark again, as well as Stanley and Junkie.
Yeah, Mangino almost with a little bit of interference there, but he was able to hold back just enough. But we've seen Union a couple times now getting some good pressure on Voss.
Would have been interesting if they had tried to call that a pass interference because the arm was hit, but was the ball deflected? If it was a deflected pass, then everything's legal in the secondary. So first incompletion thrown by Voss. 2nd down and long coming for the Warriors. Long count, now Voss gets the snap. Throw on the slant, and it's going to go right off the pads of the intended target. That was Aiden Bowser.
Again, Voss, though, under pressure, got hit as soon as he threw that ball. Did not see who got the contact on him, but Voss faced some pressure. It's good to see that defensive line for Union getting that pressure on. Now we got a 3rd and very long.
That was Marcus Gunn who was in the backfield on that play. 3rd down and 22. Sample, Trenton Miller, and Joe Reed, the 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Voss throws it over the middle, has a man open, caught across midfield. Staub with the hit. But Aiden Sample found a hole in that secondary. That's a big gain. It's still going to be fourth down and punting situation, but a good job to at least help with field position there, Lee.
Yeah, I thought maybe they might get a hold. Marcus Gunn came under, put some good pressure on, but good job by Mohawk for not getting Gunn to the quarterback. But he said that was a very, very good throw. But nonetheless, Union able to hold. Get the first punt of the 2021 season.
Looks like it is Voss who will boot it away, but not before we have a timeout on the field.
Timeout brought to you by Pontius Insurance. Just like the teams go to the sideline to listen to their coach and discuss their needs, that's what you get at Pontius Insurance. They put their attention to the things you own so you can devote your attention to the ones you love. Visit them online at pontiusinsurance.com. Pontius Insurance, love the life you live, worry-free.
Thanks to all of our sponsors here for allowing us to bring you coverage here at lcsportsnet.com.
Well, that's why we're able to be here.
Find us on Facebook, find us on YouTube, find us on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. What's the beauty part? Live or archive. Check it out here on our site on all those platforms.
Yeah, and please,
that coverage.
Yeah, please patronize these sponsors as much as you can, because this is why you're able to watch this, or like you said, archive or live. We did our part the other night. We'll talk about one of our sponsors later on.
That we will. So 4th and 7. It is Voss to boot it away. 2 men standing at the 16-yard line for the Scotties. Voss, nice high spiraling punt. Is going to be taken at the 7-yard line by the return man, breaking away from a couple of tackles. Look at this. Look at the room. That's Mike Gunn trying to break it to the outside. Shake and bake across midfield. Is it another special teams touchdown? It is. The special Scotties. Mike Gunn, 93 yards to the house.
And no flags. How about that? 3 defenders had a chance when he caught that ball. Juked all 3 of them, went left, went right, beat one of the linemen about the 45-yard line, and just when you think he's going to be caught about the 35, just that little extra bit of kick get him down the sideline and for the touchdown. How about the Scotties? No offensive plays yet, but we have 13 points, maybe 14.
You know what's funny, Lee? Last year in their opener against Shenango, they did not score any offensive touchdowns. It was defense and special teams that scored their touchdowns.
Well, Mohawk's not laughing. I think the coach, Mccutchen, probably going to be pretty upset right now with his special teams. But it's early.
Snap back, another low kick, and this one's off to the right, but it does sneak inside. Clark, 2 for 2. Weren't pretty, but they went in. A 93-yard punt return from Mike Gunn. 14-7 Union. We'll be back in a moment. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, Coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Pontius Insurance be your coach. At Pontius Insurance, how we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Pontius Insurance online at pontiusinsurance.com. Pontius Insurance. Love the life you live.
Well, we thought that the 75-yard kick return from Braylon Thomas to the house was impressive. Mike Gunn says, hey, classmate, watch this. 93 yards on the punt return.
Boy, when we pick a play of the game, we got early choices right now, don't we?
Yes, we do. It'll be the Maley Chiropractic play of the game. We'll talk more about that later, but we got 2 great options off the bat for the Scotties. Squib kick taken by Conti. He had a big kick return last time, but this one not nearly as successful. Ronald Clark will take him down after about a 15-yard return. We haven't even had a chance to talk about the Union starting offense yet, Lee, because, well, they haven't needed it.
Yeah, who would have thought that right now? So we'll see. And you hear about all the time about in the NFL about the defense being on the field so much, getting tired. Well, we'll see how this defense holds up for Union right now.
Well, Lee, I'm pretty sure it's about 8 of the 11 play both ways for the Scotties. That's 1A football for you. So I'm not sure that translates perfectly, but it is a very good point. So starting at the 31-yard line. Let's see what J.C. Voss and his Warriors have in response. Zone read, Voss is going to keep it. Little wrinkle there, and he's going to be upended on the perimeter. Jonke on the tackle after a 3-yard gain. Didn't see a lot of Voss running, but he did have 3 rushing touchdowns a year ago, Lee. That was a nice little wrinkle to show that he can move it.
Yeah, so we've had a punt return, a kick return, so we waiting for an interception or return or a punt fumble return or something now?
Yeah, I think that's...
What's up the sleeve of the
I think that's got to be next.
I'm sure Mohawk doesn't want that. Let's see if they can get the offense going again. They had a nice first drive ending with the touchdown pass. Second drive stalled because of the penalty.
Just midway through the first quarter. Voss, tough time handling that snap. Quick out, and it's out of reach of the intended target. That was the tight end Guerreri who lined up in the slot. And
that bad snap is what caused the timing just to be off. But that second, Voss rushed it because of the bad snap. So being a third and long situation now.
Well, 2 nice passes on the first drive completed for Voss, but he has been misfiring on the last 3. 3rd down and 6 upcoming. Warriors 0 for 2 on 3rd down so far. So they did score on a 4th down play in their first drive. Voss went to throw it. He basically threw it to himself, kind of lost it, and then his ball's knocked out. Ball on the ground and falling on it for the Scotties. Clark knocked it away. Vitale, the catcher, smothers it, and there's your turnover. I'll tell you what, you mentioned the return. I think Vitale was thinking it too, Lee.
Oh, without a doubt. He's lucky he hung on to that ball. And fortunate the referee said he had control of it while his knee was on the ground. I sort of don't know about that, but nonetheless, we got the return, and now we're going to finally have our starting offensive lineups here.
We'll get the starters for the Scotties after this first down play. Starting at the 36-yard line. Not bad to get your first offensive snaps.
And with a 14-7 lead. Everything going wrong for Mohawk right now. Started well, but things are falling apart quickly. See if the defense can pick them up.
Trips left. They're going to throw it out to the flat and airmailed as Staub tried to find it to Mike Gunn over his head. The quarterback, as we look at the starting lineups, again brought to you by Michael Kirkwood and Castle Realty. Call them at 724-301-1482. Tyler Staub, the quarterback. Mark Stanley in the backfield on that play. Jackson Clark, the tailback, will also be out there. Mike Gunn, Braylon Thomas, Dane Jonke, the 3 sophomore wide receivers. Caden Fisher, the junior tight end. And the offensive line from left to right. Robert McCurdy, Mason Benedict, Nick Vitale, Antonio Ferrone, and Shane Roper. Second down. Option look to the left. Staub cuts inside, now cuts back outside. He's got the first down. That play took a long time to develop, but he waited it out, read the defense well, Lee, on the option route, and they're going to get into the red zone for the first time this evening.
Yeah, red zone. Unions have entered the red zone. Make sure you stop by the red zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all of your county sports apparel needs. Sporting goods, custom apparel, embroidery, and more. Visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the red zone.
17 yards on that pickup.
Yeah, some poor tackling there also by Mohawk. Allowed Staub to get outside.
Wildcat look here. Braylon Thomas had the punt return for a touchdown, or the kick return, I apologize. He's in the gun. He's going to roll to his right, looking to throw. Tries to bounce to the outside, gets away from one. Now he's going to throw it on the run, looking for Clark in the end zone. Touchdown, Scotties! From the Wildcat, Braylon Thomas, 19 yards to Jackson Clark. Union on the board again. They lead 20-7.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of that last week. We saw Braylon can throw the ball, but he did a great job of faking that run. Looked like he was going to take off down the sideline, and then went right up to almost the line of scrimmage there. And a great move by that wide receiver, I think.
It's Jackson Clark.
By Jackson Clark, of really fooling his defender and breaking towards that ball.
Well, scramble drill, right? You guys scrambles your side, you go deep, work to perfection. And a good job coming back to the ball, too, by Clark, who's technically a running back, but again, he started his career as a tight end. He's just, that slash position, can play anywhere on the field. He's going to try to play from the place kicker role this time again, and he puts it through the uprights. 3 for 3 on the kicks, 21-7, Union leading Mohawk with 4:43 remaining. We'll take another break, be back in a moment. High school football on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Did he?
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
Hey Scotty fans, it's Mrs. Ryan
and Miss Felina here on behalf of the Union Area Education Association.
And we want to wish all of our Scotties good luck this season. Go Scotties!
Scotties indeed. Thank you to the UAEA for those kind words. So far, we've had a 28-yard fourth down pass from J.C. Voss to Mark Conti. Mohawks leads first, 7-0, but it's 3 straight touchdowns for the Scotties. Lee.
I think we got the heat break is what we're going to have
Thank
right
goodness.
now. Yeah, for the 9. They do that during early in the year with over 90 degrees. They will have the heat break. So
smart there. Let's continue with this scoring recap. The ensuing kickoff after that Voss touchdown to Conti, a 75-yard kick return from Braylon Thomas, tied it at 7. On the ensuing drive, a 93-yard punt return from Mike Gunn of the Scotties, making it 14-7. And then after the fumble recovery by Vitale, in the Wildcat, Jackson Clark catches a 19-yard pass from Braylon Thomas, 21-7, completing that 3-play, 36-yard drive. That's our scoring recap so far. Scoring recap brought to you by Joseph Marketplace, Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Check out the brand new cafe and bakery section or place it to go order online at josephsnc.com. Joseph's Marketplace, family owned and operated since 1915. And we saw it. It was Clark kind of hurt himself on that extra point, it looked like, and he was not out there to take that kickoff. It was Jake Vitale, and, well, he's better behind the dish than he is trying to kick it away, I'll tell you that much.
At least that time it was anyways.
He wants that one back, and hopefully for him he doesn't have to do that again. We'll have to take a look because it looked like Clark maybe slipped on that extra point.
One of 5 baseball players in this Union team, Jackson Clark, Nick Vitale, Tyler Staub, Mike Gunn, and Mark Stanley, all in that championship baseball team.
I think Vitale, you hear about Jake Vitale, the one who threw the no-hitter in that championship game. You know what Nick says? Hey, I called the game. I was behind the dish. I called it. Handoff on first down for junior Micco. Gain of about 3 yards on the left-hand side. Saw Coach Nick Mariano, coach of the Warriors baseball team. They got a lot of big players back this year, including the quarterback J.C. Voss.
Now, interesting right now, we talked a little bit about the pregame, that Mohawk was behind so much early that they had to go to that passing game. So let's see if they continue to try to establish this run or they go with more passes here, since Union's taking this 2-touchdown lead.
Man in motion is Conti. They're going to do the read to him. Give it on the end around. Tries to bounce to the outside. Good pursuit by Staub, the safety, as well as Clark, the linebacker. Going to limit it to about a 3 or 4 yard gain. It's going to be 3rd down and about 5 to go.
Yeah, fortunate there that Conti got tackled into the bench, but he's going to be okay on that far side.
And marking him out of bounds, it looks like at the 46-yard line. So just under 4 minutes to play in the opening quarter. 3rd down and 6 to go. Joe Reed, the receiver, to the bottom of the formation. Tight end is Aiden Sample, looking that way. Throwing on the comeback, and that one just came out of the hands of Voss.
I think it might have been tipped. I think somebody might have got a piece of that in the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and also a little bit of pressure coming up the middle there from Caden Fisher, I think forced him to throw that before he wanted to, Lee.
Again, Scotty's doing a great job. Excuse me. Getting pressure on Voss.
And the special teams has not gone well for Mohawk. And you're going to see Mike Gunn and Braylon Thomas deep to return. So which one do you kick it to? Gunn, who returned a punt for a touchdown already, or Thomas, who returned a kick for a touchdown already?
I kick it out of bounds. It's going to be a long night. We still got 4 minutes left in the first quarter.
High snap, Voss, little rugby style, end over end kick, and I think Coach McCutchen had the same idea you did. Just kick it away from everybody. It's going to be downed at the 30-yard line for a 24-yard punt. Scotties, only their second offensive possession. We have another chance to look at the Mohawk defense. Let's do that real quick. On the defensive line, Vinny Perry, Ruby Stewart, Colton Root, and Jimmy Guerreri. Linebackers are Junior Micco, Luke Kuhn, and J.C. Voss. In the secondary, A.J. Carnucci, Mark Conti, Carter Fritzley, Dante Retort, and Jay Rona. Warriors 0 for 4 on third down. Scotties have yet to see a third down. Only their second official offensive possession. Counter action, Mark Stanley gets the ball, and he cuts nicely inside, lowers his shoulder, and now it's Stanley against the secondary, and that's an advantage for the 6'2", 225-pound junior all day, every day.
And that's what I wanted to see from Mark Stanley right there. And once he gets into that open field, lower the shoulder and just start chugging away. And boy, he did a nice job lowering that shoulder, going forward, get the first down.
14-yard pickup. Four plays, 3 first downs for the Scotties. Offense clicking early. Staub under center, counter action, this time Clark. He'll get his first carry of the day, and this one swallowed up in the backfield. Better pursuit that time, and Clark again a little slow getting to his feet.
Yeah, this is only a first game of the year. You don't want to lose him for the rest of the year, so be careful with him.
Down under 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Great images here from our camera crew. LCSportsNet.com, your place to be for the County of Champions. Staub checking the wristband. Now goes back into the gun as he checks the play. It's Stanley to his right. A fake to him, option look, and a little bit of confusion maybe. Now he's trying to direct traffic, telling people to go deep, and he's still scrambling around, doing whatever he can, looking for an open man, and there come the flags. Still dancing around. He's going to get across midfield. There's another flag for a block in the back down the field. I think Staub just ran about 100 yards for not much, and he got punished at the end for it too. I have a feeling this one's going to come way, way back.
You have a feeling? No, it's going to come back. 12 yards backfield. There was some problems, so that's going to go as a 22-yard penalty in a line of scrimmage. You're definitely not going to take the one upfield. There's definitely a hold or something in that line around the 32-yard line. So Staub did a nice job getting loose. But unfortunately, when you start scrambling like that, things can go haywire. And that's exactly what happened.
So based on where the flag is, this is going to be about a 12-yard loss, and then the illegal block in the back. Now things were going well for the Scotties. Not so much anymore.
Yeah, like I said, when you start scrambling like that, that's when things can go haywire, and that's exactly what happened there, but nonetheless. How about this? Farrell leading Greenville 14-0 up in District 10, our out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you tonight by the by the Crane Room Grill. Grab a seat in the bar, in the dining room, the loft, or outside on the patio. There's plenty of room at the Crane Room. Stop by before or after the game or visit them online at www.craneroom.com. And ask for the Q sauce.
Good call. Second down and 34 officially. So 14-yard loss for Staub after the 14-yard run from Clark on the from Stanley on the previous play. This handoff going nowhere. Hit immediately for no gain, and now it's going to be third down and the baseball field to go.
Maybe third down in the Crane Room?
Just about. Any further away, and I think it would be third down in Union. Again, these schools just 4 miles apart.
That's right.
68th all-time meeting between the Scotties and the Warriors, Lee. Warriors hold the all-time meeting record 37, 29, and 1, but the first time that these two schools have played since 2007. Less than a minute to go in the opening quarter. Staub under center on third down and 34. Play action rolling to his right. Has a man open in the flat. Caught there. It's Clark to the 40. Makes a man miss. Cutting back inside. Still has a long way to go. Changed his field position at least. Close to midfield.
Almost got
wow.
there.
From the 20 to the 49.
Again, Mohawk missing some tackles.
So 29 yards on that completion. So it still goes down as a third down non-conversion.
But a great third down play. So let's see who's going to punt the ball now. Clark goes off.
Braylon Thomas looks like he'll be the scheduled punter, but I believe Union will not have to run another play. They will not. That's how the first quarter will come to an end. Scotties, a couple of special teams touchdowns and a turnover forced, leading to their third, a 21-7 lead over Mohawk at the end of quarter number one. We'll be back in a moment. It's high school football on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Has your child's early education slowed down or even paused due to the pandemic? This is crucial time you can't get back. LCAP can keep your little learner on track for success. We have options for working and non-working parents with in-person childcare and age-appropriate virtual learning to keep them busy and engaged. Parents, don't hit pause on early learning. Lawrence County Community Action Partnership can jumpstart their future. Learn more at lcap.org.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Start of the second quarter. Fourth down. Scotties will boot it away. Braylon Thomas for the first time tonight. High short kick. And it's going to bounce and take a Scotties hop down inside the 20-yard line. Down there by Jonke at the 19.
It turns into a 34-yard kick. Pretty good. See Newcastle trailing 7-2 at the end of the first quarter.
There's a new one. 7-2. Yeah, Newcastle trailing.
Just got a safety.
Interesting. 7-2 at the end of the first quarter in that Newcastle game. Again, thanks to our out-of-town scoreboard. We'll have it going in and out on the bottom line throughout the course of today's game. Thanks to Rob Nattell working the Twitter feed for us here tonight.
Yeah, Storm's missing here in Bessemer, PA. They delayed a couple of the games north of here, up in Titusville. They had some delays. The Storms went through there, but so far right now, we're in good shape here. See if Mohawk gets some offense going. Nice first drive.
Not much sense. Voss in trouble. Hit. Ball loose. Ronald Clark's on top of it for the Scotties.
Trying to see who got the pressure from behind. Came from behind and got the arm. Arm was not coming forward. Get the fumble and another turnover by the Mohawk Warriors. And Scotties are in the red zone. Make sure you stop by the red zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs, sporting goods, custom apparel, embroidery, and more. Visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the red zone.
5th time Union has had the ball. 2 were returned for touchdowns on a punt and a kick return. And now 2 possessions starting big time in plus territory. This one at the 14-yard line. Play action, Staub looking over the middle, touchdown, Scotties, Braylon Thomas. 3 different ways. The kick return, the pass, and now the reception. 3rd time he's found pay dirt tonight. This time from 14 yards from Tyler Staub.
Oh, Staub did a great job. He was looking left, and that enabled Thomas to get by that defender because it just beat that defender because Staub was looking left. Comes back and sees Thomas, threw a bullet and a strike for the touchdown. Great job, Union on top big early on here.
Jackson Clark will come back on to attempt the extra point.
You said first one to 50. Oh my gosh.
With a 6-play scoring drive, bad snap. Staub's going to try to roll out, and now it's the backyard game. He's going to look to throw it to the kicker, Clark, and it's just out of his reach. If that had gone in to the end zone for the Scotties, well, just everything going right, but not this time. Score remains 27-7 here early in the second quarter. We'll keep it right here at lcsportsnet.com and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. I'm James Dotson, Limon alongside.
Yeah, tomorrow night, back in LC Sportsnet, Shenango and the Shannock for the second broadcast. Powered by LCAP. Again, lcsportsnet.com.
Tim Continenza will join Limon on that one. We'll have our full crew here yet again.
Keeping them busy early on.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. We got 2 games coming next week as well, Lee. We got another doubleheader. Friday will be at Sox Russo Stadium next week. Union hosting Elwood City. Elwood City, by the way, not playing in a game. They're going with the second scrimmage route. What did Don Rebels say? 19 teams in the WPIL that had chose to do that. And then on Saturday, we'll be at the home of the Cats, Frank Bonjavengo Field, Glenn Pop Johnson Stadium. Shawsey would always rattle that one off so well.
Oh, I know.
We're getting there.
And that's 3, but I'll make it 4 now. So, because Shawsey, I still remember one of our broadcasts. You know, we'd come back on the air, and the alma mater from the Shannock would be playing. He says, "Bring us back from commercial." He'd be standing there as proud as can be with that alma mater playing.
That might have to be a tradition that we maintain here with the new LC Sportsnet. High short kick, and good job by the up man just to take it and fall on it and avoid any damage. I believe that was.
Don't have a number.
Is that 18?
I have 16.
Oh, 16.
We don't have a number there either. Yeah.
That's so for 2.
Well, next time we're with Mohawk, we'll get an updated roster, I guess.
Well, they had Josh Wilkins is 18. He's wearing 42 tonight. Yeah. It's the first game.
Yeah,
everybody's off. Fine. No worries whatsoever. Actually, the Mohawk roster has I love this one. Justin Boston on the roster twice.
Yeah.
He must just be twice as nice. Mohawk hoping they can find some momentum.
Yeah, they're in familiar territory from last year. Down big early.
Boss has lost the ball twice on fumbles. He's going to hand it off up the middle. Carnucci getting his first touch since the first possession. I think that might be a good recipe. Get this senior the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, the story of the first half right now is the turnovers, but the defensive line for Union right now is putting a lot of pressure on that. They're winning the battle with that young offensive line that we talked about. You know, that they're young, and right now they're struggling.
Yeah, Charlie Schillenberg not being in the lineup tonight certainly hurts for the Warriors. Ends up being an all-underclassmen offensive line. 3 sophomores, 2 juniors, and a lot of those sophomores, unfortunately, for the Warriors had to get time as freshmen, and that's just something Coach McCutchen is not a fan of doing. Mainly it's because of the size difference that you have between a freshman body and a senior body, and it's all about a safety concern. It was something that he was very vocal about, saying he was not a fan of having to do it. Offsides was the call. Second time the Scotties have been flagged for being in the neutral zone, but that gives Mohawk their first down since that opening possession.
Boy, nice to see student sections again, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Great. It's just great to see everybody in the stadium having a good time. The bands are back, the food's back, everything's back. Great to see. The tailgate party, thanks everybody here at Mohawk for taking great care of us on our inaugural broadcast on our LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
So after the penalty for the first down, handoff from Micco up the middle this time, met by the middle linebacker, Vitale.
Yep. Having himself a fine game so far.
Already a fumble recovery on defense. Though I think he's still going to be fuming about that one come Monday morning.
I would think so. Right now, the most important thing is 27-7 Union.
Now I'm getting a score update of Shaler 10, Newcastle 7.
Wow. Well, then it must have been
something off with that safety. Here's a screen pass. Nice catch by Carnucci, trying to break it to the near side, but he's not going to be able to get away from Mike Gunn. Good tackle to hold him up. There was a flag thrown right at the beginning of the play. Currently a 4-yard now they're marking it. 4-yard completion, but flag thrown at the beginning of the play.
The person, whoever tweeted that, tweeted it wrong as well. They gave the safety to the wrong team. So Shaler must have got the safety, and they get the 2-point conversion to make it 10-7. But nonetheless, got a penalty on Mohawk right now.
Again, those out-of-town scores brought to you by the Crane Room Grill. Illegal formation is the call. Officially a procedure penalty.
Yeah, Crane Room go on Wilmington Road. We did ours yesterday to go. Made a nice call, and as soon as I got there, order was ready. The wings with the Q sauce and the Arizona Ranch. But they have a lot of other good things there at the Cream Room. Check them out, please.
Second down, and they marked it off in the wrong spot, Lee. It should be 2nd and 13. They've marked it as 2nd and 15.
It's early.
Throw over the middle, down the seam, wide open is the tight end. To the 30, down to the 25-yard line is Aiden Sample. And again, the 80's throwing me off. 80 and 88. Sample, the wide receiver, right down the seam for the big play.
Yeah, perfectly thrown ball there by Voss. And finally, a big play there for Mohawk to try to get back in this game. Voss with the strike.
43 yards on that completion. Voss had 44 yards going into that. Now with a Sidney Crosby 87. Handoff up the middle, not much room. Gave a gain of 1 for Micco, his 6th carry of the game, and that does put the Warriors into the red zone for the first time tonight. Stop by the red zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all of your county sporting apparel needs. The RedZoneSports.com score at the red zone. And how about this? The Red Zone truck is here tonight.
All right.
Special thank you to Andrea and Mark Kaiser. They have been setting us up big time here at the LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Yeah, we're on their shirts.
If you've not been there, please check it out. Apparel for all 8 county schools. Really, really great stuff.
And the prices are right.
2nd and 9, Voss dropping back. Throw over the middle, diving effort, Carey.
You should have it.
Good hands, down to the 10-yard line. He needed 9, he picked up 10. His first catch of the game.
Again, Marcus Gunn putting great pressure on Voss, was able to get rid of it just before Gunn got there. Nice throw and catch. Looks like a 1st and goal.
Well, tell you what, Coach McCutchen, a big Penn State fan, big Steelers fan. We talked earlier in the week, mentioned Pat Freiermuth.
Yeah.
He said, you know what, Kuhn and Guerreri, they're not Freiermuth, but they're good ball players, and they're going to get some action. And Guerreri showing off the hands on that one. First and goal. Good hesitation, letting the block form, but tripped up on the play was Carnucci. Hole was forming there. Someone coming off the end just got a piece of him. I think it might have been Clark getting the shoestring tackle.
I'm just still looking at the crowd again. All these cars. Man, great to see.
Mohawk has run 22 plays, Lee. Union has run 8. The scoreboard says basically the flip. Union 27-7, but Mohawk knocking on the doorstep, their best drive of the evening. Since that opening drive that led in a touchdown, they're hoping for 7 more. Keeper on the zone read. Voss trying to get to the corner. Nice stiff arm to get about an extra 3 or 4 yards against the big 6'3" Caden Fisher, having to hold on for dear life.
You're going to be in 4-down territory no matter what. You're down by 20 right now. So you got two plays to get it in. Voss did a nice job here. I'd like to see if they go with this power running game. They've had some success. I mean, a lot of pressure on when they drop back the pass. I'm assuming some type of run here.
You can hear the wind picking up a little bit up here.
And how about the sunset to our left? Whew.
Absolutely gorgeous going behind those trees. Under center for the first time is Voss. Don't see Mohawk doing this often. And third time, Union's going to get called for offsides.
They must be lining up offsides.
Second time on this possession.
Coach Robinson out on the field. Who is it?
So half the distance.
Yeah, Union
going to put it about the 1 yard line.
Yeah, Union coaches they're questioning right now. Of course, it's tough when they're 50 yards away from the play.
And having to be about the 25, 30 yard line. Under center again is Voss. First man through is going to get it, and they're going to go with the bush push, a double push. He's in there. A.J. Carnucci from 1 yard out with a little help from his friends, Junior Micco and J.C. Voss. The 1 yard touchdown for Carnucci.
Nick Vitale clogged up the hole, but like you said, the extra double push, Vitale couldn't hold that. Was able to get him in the end zone, so Mohawk able to answer back finally.
7 plays, 70 yards on that scoring drive, Lee. That's a big response.
Definitely needed it.
To hold is Aiden Sample. Josh Wilkins to attempt the extra point. It's up, and it is good. Hanging around are the Warriors with 6:21 remaining in the first half. 27-14, Scotties in the lead. We'll be back in a moment. It's high school football on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale-Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
Certainly a party down here. Games going on in front of us and behind us, Lee Moan.
Yeah, a lot of
black shirt and the white hat, dropping back, rolling out to his right. Throws on the run, and it's caught by number 75 for the first down. It looked like J.C. Voss scrambling out and making some plays. 7-play scoring drive for Mohawk. This squib kick taken by Jackson Clark out past the 40-yard line. Scotties will take over 1st and 10. You mentioned the squib kicks and the upbacks. When your upbacks' names are Braylon Thomas and Jackson Clark, that's dangerous.
Yeah, very, very dangerous. We've seen why. So let's see if the Mohawk, defense can step up now. Try to get a hold and give Mohawk another chance before the half ends.
.42-yard line, I formation. 2 receivers near side are Gunn and Thomas. Stanley the up back. He'll be lead block for Clark as he tries to bounce outside. Not much room there. Made one man miss, but Colton Root, 6'2", 320, weren't going to get by him. That's a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, this Union Scotty team, pretty good success. Shared one title back in 1959. And they tied it with Avonworth way back when, but have not won a WPIL title in their long, long history of football here at Union High School.
One of my favorite questions to ask Coach Robinson is, who's the all-time leading rusher? He says, well, we can't say it officially, but we believe it's me.
Yeah.
Numbers, when you go back,
The 1925.
almost 100 years now, kind of tough to make sure you got everything correctly made. Nice tackle to drag down the much bigger Mark Stanley. Junior Micco giving up about 40 pounds to Stanley, able to drag him down for just a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, Coach Robinson in the Lawrence County Hall of Fame. One of 14 kids. He was the youngest of 14, which is amazing with the IUP. And when he was here at Union, they compared him to Tony Dorsett. That's a pretty good comparison.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah.
25 years. I have a feeling that something is going to be celebrated at one of the Union Scotties home games this year. Right now, though, 3rd and 11 for Union. Momentum in Mohawk's favor. See how this third down play works. Coming in for the quarterback position, and he's going to wrap up stop. He tries to throw it at the last second, but he is going to be called in the grasp, maybe all the way down.
No, they're not. They're going to call an intentional grounding.
So 5 more yards because the ball didn't even make it to the line of scrimmage. Well, and this is one of the things that really irks me, because you see an NFL player get out of the pocket, throw it out of bounds. That's not the rule in high school football.
Nope.
You can't just throw it to the bench.
No, you cannot. So, but yeah, bad play there by Staub. Just eat it, take it, go down. But unfortunately, he did not. Now they're going to wave the flag.
They're going to say he was down. Yep, referee's pointing at the knee. So
okay, I like the overturn.
15-yard sack though for Staub.
Yeah, go back to Coach Robinson. He won the 200-yard race in track and back in 1981, won the championship, and he was 3rd in the 100. And to this day, it still ticks him off because he got a bad start. He was unable to get that championship because he was one of the favorites for the 100, but he did get the 200.
So another first 4th and long, 4th and 26. Kick is almost blocked, and they got a piece of Clark. This is going to be a 15-yard penalty. There is no automatic first down, though, Lee, so this will not be a first down for the Scotties. It'll still be 4th down and 11. Man, it just barely missing on the punt.
Yeah, Luke Kuhn got the block. He pointed the wrong way there, did the referee. But, yeah, Luke Kuhn did not get a piece of the ball, ran into the kicker. And I think they're only going to do a 5-yarder. Is what they're doing. They're not saying it was a personal foul, just a running in the kicker.
I apologize. I always forget about that one.
Yeah, I know. But nonetheless, that's what I would have possibly go with a roughing the kicker, but they choose to do the 5-yard kick.
While they mark it off, got to give a big shout out to the CEO, Tom Scott, CEO of LCAP, tuning in right now.
Oh, good.
Had a chance to talk to him on the first ever Lawrence County SportsNet podcast. We're going to have a preview every week and a review every week, and it was great to be able to have Mr. Tom Scott on for that inaugural broadcast. It's absolute great things being done by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. LCAP.org. Please check them out. Doing lots of great stuff around Lawrence County.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. So 5 yards.
4th and 21. Clark a lot more quickly to get this one booted away, and a fair catch is going to be called for by Carnucci at the 45-yard line.
So the Mohawk defense does their job. Now it's time for the Mohawk offense. Let's see if they get another drive here and cut this deficit to 6 or 7 going into the half.
Mind you, coming up at the half, we'll have the Trib Live High School Sports Network halftime show, but you won't miss a thing during halftime. We'll also have the Union and Mohawk area marching band's full performances, along with that HSSN halftime show.
And that's one thing I like about the Lawrence County SportsNet right here, powered by LCAP. We're going to have this. We're going to have the bands playing, which is a big part about high school football, is having the bands playing. So you'll be able to see their performances live. Take your pick. 1 of 4 defensive linemen for the Union Scotties jumping offside. So I believe that's their 5th penalty of the night, if I'm not mistaken. 4th or 5th offsides penalty on the Scotties here tonight. 4th.
4 penalties, and they were all offsides calls.
Yeah, I'm gonna look forward to seeing both bands play here tonight. Look out.
Coming near side, Carnucci trying to get away, but just barely holding on was Jonke.
Yeah, Jonke saving the life there. Come help me, teammates. Held him on just enough till the posse came and pulled him down.
How about the balance, though? Carnucci, 6 carries, Micco, 6 carries, Voss, 4 from the quarterback position. Nice balance in that offense. Maybe not the balance that, Coach McCutchen was talking about, run versus pass, but you got 2 good backs in the backfield. Work them both.
Until one separates himself.
2nd down and 1. 2 receivers each way. It's Micco sidecar left. Voss steps up in the pocket, but he's not. Oh, he does get away. Thought Clark had him for good. Now scrambling. He'll get the first down. Does Voss. Big man. Tough to tackle. 6'1", 215. Looked like Clark had him dead to rights. But the senior able to pick up 6 and get the first down.
Yeah, good job of hanging on to the ball because he got spun around too. But the strength of Voss right there, refusing to go down and then scrambling to get that first down is a good job by Voss. Mohawk still has all 3 timeouts left. Yeah, because Union called that first timeout.
You're right. Union called the first timeout.
Yeah, so plenty of time left. 2.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Yep, not in any rush either.
Nah.
Nor should they be.
Can probably get at least a 30-yard field goal. So they got a ways to go to at least get in field goal range.
Taking his time, low snap in the pistol, little draw action. Carnucci spins away from 1, but not going to get much more than that. It'll be a 2-yard gain. I like the idea, though, a little different wrinkle. The pistol set and then the draw, but good job of Union to get off the blocks and make the hit.
Yeah, but Antonio Ferrone there, good job of fighting off that block. Was able to slow that play down.
Down under 2 minutes. Clark's going to hobble his way off the field after that play as well.
Yeah, a little dinged up. Boy, you're right, Mohawk in no hurry whatsoever.
Less than 100 seconds now remaining. Voss going to show off the arm and almost intercepted. Staub stepped in front of it from a safety position. Pass was intended for Matt Conti and just barely missed out on what probably would have been your interception return for a touchdown.
Yeah, he did the right thing. At least he got a piece of it anyways. So upset what he didn't catch the ball, but made a good read on the ball.
Five of 10 throwing the football is Voss. 97 yards here in the first half. 3rd down and 8 upcoming. And if Mohawk can't pick up all 8 yards, might be an interesting decision upcoming for Coach McCutchen, but we'll see what happens on this 3rd down. Voss quickly over the middle, and it's intercepted. Jackson Clark steps in front, and here it comes just one play later, because you're not gonna get him. See you later, Jackson Clark. Third Union turnover forced. third different return for a touchdown. What do you want to give that? About 65 yards?
I will go with that, yeah. The player of the game pick's starting to come together right now. Unbelievable. Step in front, off to the races. Once you get to that corner, nobody's going to stop Jackson Clark.
And have a whistle before the point after timeout.
Yes.
Called by Union. This timeout brought to you by Pontius Insurance. And just like the teams going to the sideline now to listen to their coach and discuss their needs, that's what you get at Pontius Insurance. They put their attention to the things you own, so you can devote your attention to the ones you love. Visit them online, pontiusinsurance.com. That's Pontius insurance.com. Love the life you live, worry-free. And man, the Scotties loving life right now. 75-yard kick return for Braylon Thomas, 93-yard punt return for Mike Gunn, 65-yard interception return for Jackson Clark. By the way, it's not even halftime yet.
Wonder what Elwood City's going to be working on. Better look for those special teams for next week, I'll tell you. Union really performing well in the special teams and the defensive end so far. So great job for the Scotties.
By the way, Joe Sager confirmed 65 yards on that pick six. We'll go with him. Thanks to
if Joe says it's 65 yards, yeah, it's 65 yards.
While we have a moment, speaking of Joe Sager with the Newcastle News up here, gotta give a big shout out to Mr. Ron Paniwaz, the new sports editor.
Yeah, how about Ron?
Kayleen Cubble, long career, 20-plus years, and now Ron, who's been with NC News for a long time himself.
I think 20 years, I think is what he's.
20 years,
yeah.
Well-deserved. Hopefully we're going to see him out next week, maybe even tomorrow, actually. Little swinging gate action? No, they're going to stay in the shotgun. They're going for two, are the Scotties.
Yep.
Staub. He's going to try to throw back corner, and wide open is Jonky. Student body right, Jonky, you go left. Two-point conversion is good. 35-14. Union with the lead. 1:19 remaining. We'll keep it right here at lcsportsnet.com. Remind you again, coming up at the half, we will have the Trib Live High School Sports Network halftime show as well.
So you can listen to the high schools, you can listen to the show, and then listen to the band.
And listen to the band show. Exactly.
I love it.
We'll have both going for you, and we have a special treat for you coming tomorrow for you band fans.
I'm a band fan.
Just wait. I know Limon is a band fan. Let's just say you're going to have a view that you ain't never seen before.
I like it.
That's what we call a tease in the industry, ladies and gentlemen.
So you're not going to allow me to guess then. Okay. So I will not guess. I'll just let the tease go.
Minute 19 left, and again, all three timeouts remaining for Mohawk.
I don't know if I want to chance anything right now, down by 21. I think I want to get out of here and go get yelled at.
I think it all depends on what happens maybe on this kick return.
But boy. Yeah, not a good half of football for Mohawk.
Jackson Clark.
The good thing is you got a second half.
Jackson Clark, after his 65-yard pick six, will trot up and boot it away. His best kick of the night by far. Be taken at the 11 by Conti. A lot of room in front of him. Going down the left hash and dragged down there by Jonky. Out to the 35-yard line. 1:11 remaining. Lee, with three timeouts, I think you call a safe play on first down here and see what happens?
That's me anyways. I said I've been a rough first half for Mohawk. I just sort of want to take my losses, and unless you hit something good on the first half, or I mean this first play, then maybe you might change things up a little bit. But you're down by 21 right now, and not much right has gone on here in this first half. But they will line up shotgun, and let's see what Voss might come up with here.
Two receivers each way in the pistol. Voss is going to look towards the near side. Nice outcut, and a good job to tiptoe the sideline. Joe Reed making his first catch of his high school career across midfield. And is that some laundry at the end of the play too, Lee?
I did not see laundry, but apparently there is. Maybe a little bit of a face mask at the end of this play. We'll see what the referees come up with right now. A long talk from the referees right now. Writing a book, calling this play, calling this flag. It's a personal foul.
17 yards, and it's a targeting foul.
And we have another flag back at the 30-yard line.
Oh, did not see that.
I did not see that.
So that's holding. So I'll be honest, I never know when these penalties offset and when you go the 10 yards back, 15 yards forward.
Boy, I did not see the targeting call, and I definitely didn't see the holding call.
Well, officially none go in the books, Lee.
Yeah,
so
and officially we just lost 16 seconds off the clock. That's all we did. We'll start off 1st and 10 again. Wow.
Repeat first down back at the 35-yard line, just over a minute to play.
And I don't think they should be starting the clock, should they? But they are running the clock. Nonetheless.
Less than a minute, down to 50 seconds. Voss, throw one, and it's just behind. Tight end going across the middle. I believe that was Guerreri again. And Guerreri, maybe a little limp coming up.
Again, good pressure by this defensive line. So
Voss, not much time back there tonight.
Not at all. The Mohawk offensive line struggling a little bit here so far.
When he has had time, though, Voss has made a couple of really nice passes.
Yes,
the touchdown early to Mark Conti, the long pass to Aiden Sample down the near side. I think a beautiful pass to Guerreri on their last scoring drive as well over the middle before he even came out of his break. He's got the arm. He just needs about a half second more to make some of these plays. Dropping back again, pressured again, meeting at the quarterback, and he tries to get it away, but in the grasp, this is going to be a sack. Second one of the game. Back at the 25-yard line, so that's a loss of 10, and the Scotties are going to take their third and final time out after that 9-yard loss.
Yeah, why not? It's sponsored by Ponch's Insurance. Just like the teams go to the sideline, they listen to their coach and discuss their needs. That's what you get at Ponch's Insurance. They put their attention to the things you own so you can devote your attention to the ones you love. Visit them online at ponchusinsurance.com. Ponch's Insurance. Love the life you live, worry-free. Why not use a timeout? You might as well.
Yeah.
Force Mohawk to punt, possibly.
Now, that was their last time out, though. So Mohawk could just take a knee here. They took the one early, the one on the last conversion, and then that one here. So they should be out of timeouts, but the scoreboard does still say 1.
Yeah.
We believe they're out of timeouts. I bet you that's what quarterback J.C. Voss might be confirming right now. Actually, he's talking about why he didn't get called for an incomplete pass. In the grasp a little bit too long there, Lee.
Yeah. Yeah, he was on his way down, so nonetheless, he's still trying to explain. We're not going to get it.
Remind you, after the game, too, Lee, we're going to have some giveaways for some of these athletes. A play of the game and a player of the game. The play of the game brought to you by Maley Chiropractic. And the player of the game presented by LCAP. That's still a whole half of football away. 29 seconds remaining.
And a long way to go.
Handoff, Carnucci, big hole up the middle, bounces left side, look out. Across the 40, can he get to the corner? He can, he's got a first down. And more across midfield before Vitale punishes him. Big hit, but a big gain, and now all of a sudden Mohawk's gonna take a Ponch's Insurance timeout. How about that for a long run?
Yeah, deadly sin right there for Union. Letting them get that first down, but a nice run to get the first down. So Mohawk back in business. They said don't have the strongest of legs, I don't think, Wilkins. So you're going to have to get down to at least the 15-yard line to even stand a chance at a field goal, I believe. So let's see. But you got a strong-arm quarterback, but give Mohawk credit. Not folding here, even though they're down 35-14 with 17 seconds to go here in the first half.
2:07 on third down now by my count for Mohawk.
We're going to be here a while. But no precipitation, so that's the good thing. So I don't.
Lee, I was just told that the radar does not look entirely promising. So if you just jinxed us, I am not. I'm not inviting you back tomorrow. We'll just leave it like that.
Oh boy, let's see.
We are up on the roof of the press box here at Mohawk High School. Special thanks to Kevin Rona, athletic director.
There's nothing around.
Yeah, we might be all right.
There's nothing around. That's up near Slippery Rock.
You said there were some games being postponed up north, right?
Yeah, earlier.
Being delayed.
Earlier, that little blob went through Titusville area and all that. They had some lightning delays up that way. Right now, we're looking good.
Right now, Union looking good on the scoreboard, a 3-touchdown advantage. Voss trying to eat into that. He's going to flip it over the top to Carnucci, and he's going to run towards the near sideline, and a smart play to get out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Give him a gain of about, well, they're going to say he stepped at the 41. So with 10 seconds left, ball at the 41-yard line, 7-yard catch for Carnucci.
Yeah, Coach Mccutchen pointing that referee, making sure that he got out of bounds so he didn't have to burn another timeout.
Yeah,
so apparently that one timeout must have went on Mohawk for that.
Yeah, as each team still has one remaining.
Yeah, went on Mohawk on that point after.
Yeah, so one timeout left for Union, one timeout left for Mohawk. Not that that matters too much with 9 seconds left, but we're getting it all sorted out. And this is time, too, with 9 seconds left, Lee. You don't have to go to the end zone. You can try to pick up another 7-8 yards, call timeout, and now you got a Hail Mary chance. Voss is going to roll out. Same play. This time it's Micco. Catches at the 40. He'll step out of bounds inside the 30, but a flag back in the backfield.
I'm going to say a holding call on Mohawk, but we'll see.
Oh, he's asking where the ball is. This might be on Union. I don't know. And now the officials are going to have a nice long meeting. We might be out of here by midnight. Another score update while we wait for this call, Lee. Well, procedure penalty, illegal formation against Mohawk. Union's looked good tonight. You and I saw them in the scrimmage against Laurel last week. Laurel's looking pretty good now, 34-0.
Wow.
Laurel leading Northeast.
Out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by the Crane Room. Grab a seat in the bar in the dining room, the loft, or outside of the patio. There's plenty of room at the Crane Room. Stop by before or after the game or visit them online at www.craneroom.com. If you stop after this game, you won't be able to eat because it's going to be a while.
Well, you call on your takeout order for sure.
You can do that.
As Mohawk's going to take their final Pontius Insurance timeout of the first half, and maybe get a chance to see the arm of J.C. Voss here, Lee. Show it off. 45 yards out. I mean,
of course, with the
he's got the arm.
Of course, we already have a interception return for a touchdown. You don't really want another one here in this situation.
That's a very fair point.
But I'm with you. I mean, I say go for it anyway.
I mean, I know these games matter. It is non-conference. It's not, playoff games on the line.
Yeah.
But you got to give a chance to learn. I don't think you can be fearful here, but I also get that completely, that you've had this team return 3 plays for touchdowns against you in this game.
Yeah,
and it's a 3-score difference right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, take that away and you get a tie game.
So one final play. Maybe a chance to see how far J.C. Voss can hurl it.
Interesting, Union not having a safety way back.
Well, now they will retreat. Voss to his right, and now he's just going to tuck it and run, and I think that's just a smart play by your senior leader. He'll pick up 10 yards, and that's how the first half will come to an end. A kick return, a punt return, and an interception return for a touchdown for the Scotties. They lead 35-14 at the halftime break. Right now, let's send it to Chris Harlan and Don Revel, the Trib Live High School Sports Network halftime show. You won't miss a thing, side by side, halftime here from Bessemer Stadium. Take it away, Don and Chris.
It's deja vu all over again. Welcome to the halftime show, week 0 edition here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. I'm Don Rebel. Chris Harlan, once again, is alongside here in the 2021 high school football season as we fill you with facts and try to entertain as well. Our little get-togethers here at halftime this year, sponsored by SE Tire and Export Tire, your local tire experts. They work hard to earn your business. They have your size tire in stock installed today. All the best brands at the best tire prices. SE Tire, conveniently located Route 51 in Bell Vernon. Export Tire, located on Old William Penn Highway in Export. Shop their tires online. Check out their Google reviews. All right, Chris, it's week 0, but we're going to talk playoffs, unbelievably. We're going to talk about the new WPIL football playoff format. But before that, you broke some news earlier this week. Big news, historic news. The WPIL will be returning to Heinz Field not in one day, but two days. Thanksgiving weekend, 2 games on Friday, 3 games Saturday, 5 total games at Heinz Field to cap off the district championships.
It's exciting news. I mean, it's something that fans have talked about for a long time. If you're a fan who likes to go to Heinz Field and watch the championships, you're going to like it twice as much this year. Because for years, people said, hey, why can't you go 2 days? Why can't you get more than 4 games? And it just never worked. I mean, other years, there were lots of things, just factors that worked against it. This year, it kind of, as WPL Executive Director Amy Schoeneman called it, she said it was the perfect storm for it to happen. First off, you have to have Pitt and the Steelers both not at the stadium. They both play on the road that weekend. So you've got Thanksgiving on Thursday, and then the stadium's open Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that leaves it open to go in there and to get the 2 days. You also have to have 5 champions at least playing on that same weekend. And that's all contingent on what the state bracket looks like. This year, you've got 5 of them all on that same weekend. So they'll play, like you said, 2 on Friday, 3 on Saturday. I think it'll be a great weekend, except for 6A. They have to play a week earlier. They don't quite fit into that bracket to get to play on that weekend.
Yeah, that's usually it's been since they've gone to 6 classifications. Some of the smaller classifications have missed out. This year, it will be the largest. 6A, their championships will either be Friday or Saturday at a high school site to be determined the weekend before Thanksgiving. We'll talk about that and the playoff format for the WPIL playoffs when the WPIL halftime show continues on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Need new tires in a hurry? SE Tire has your size tire in stock. Install today. Before you hit the open road, see the tire experts at SE Tire. We do tires and we do them right. Before you hit the open road, see the tire experts at Export Tire. We do tires and we do them right. If it has wheels, we have the tires. Export Tire, your commercial tire headquarters.
Don Rebel, Chris Harlan back here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Hope you're enjoying the game you're listening to here in week 0 from the Excella Health Studios. We continue on. Let's talk about the format now. 6A, again, they're going to be a week earlier. It's going to be a short playoff because there's only 8 teams. But instead of 4 teams going into the semifinals, it'll be 5 teams. There will be the first team, whoever finishes first gets a bye, 2 versus 5, 3 versus 4, and then that will set up the semifinals and the championship. So 1 additional team making the 6A playoffs this year, Chris.
Yeah, I think it's good there. I think it gives people some incentive to go win the conference. I mean, everyone wants to be conference champions anyways, but you get it. You get the first round off. I mean, you get to skip that and go right to the next round. So I think you'll see some competition there trying to get that first round bye. And that's something you'll see in all the classifications going down. I think all but maybe 1 has byes in the first round.
Right.
You're going to see some jockeying for position, for coaches who may want to get 1 round off in the playoffs.
All right, so let's take a look at the format. We'll run them down, and then Chris will throw his 2 cents in. Class 5A, there are 3 conferences. The top 4 teams in each of the conferences make the playoffs. That's a 12-team playoff format. The 3 conference champions and 1 runner-up, which will be decided by the committee. There's no wild cards or formula, which the abacus says, woo, thank you. So that'll be decided by the WPL committee, but 12 playoff teams in 5A. 4A has one additional team. It's 3 conferences, but the Greater Allegheny is considered one of the bigger conferences, so they get 5 playoff teams. It'll be 13 teams, 3 first-round byes. 3A, like 5A, 3 conferences, top 4 teams make it. It's a 12-team playoff field. 2A is old school. It'll be a 4-week playoff, no byes. It'll be 16 teams, top 4 teams from all 4 of the conferences. And in Class A, almost a 16-team bracket. It's 15 teams. So the top team will get a first-round bye. 3 conferences, it's the top 5 teams from those conferences make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, essentially the WPL came up with a new formula. It used to be, you would have different number of qualifiers from different conferences, and it wasn't always a set formula for how they decided that. This time now it's pretty simple. If you've got 8 teams in your conference, you get 5 playoff qualifiers. That's what happened in 6A. If you've got 7 or 6 teams in your conference, you get to send 4 teams to the playoffs. If you have a 5-team conference, then 3 teams go to the playoffs. So it's nice and simple. Going in, there's no need for the wild cards and the sitting to count tiebreaker points. Hey, if we're in a 5-team conference, if we get in the top 3, we're going to the playoffs. I think that makes it a lot simpler going into the year. People kind of know what the goal is and what it takes to get there.
Gardner points, WPL tiebreaker points really won't be a factor unless there's multiple teams tying for final playoff spots, like 3 teams tied for 4th place and they all beat each other. Then those tiebreaker parameters do come into play. But while that takes a lot of pressure off the mathematicians in figuring out the playoff field, Chris, it does put a little more, I don't know if you want to call it pressure, but on the football steering committee, who will help decide and shape who gets first round home games, if not the byes that we talked about.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, because now there's a lot of options in the committee's hands now. I mean, now you've got multiple first round byes in these classifications. Who gets those, and also the way the playoffs are structured. The first round games are all going to be on the home field of the higher seed. The better seed gets the home game, but only conference champions are guaranteed that home game. So you could finish second in your conference and end up going on the road somewhere. So again, there's some added emphasis, and I like that too. Win your conference, you're at home. If you don't win your conference, then it's in the committee's hands, whether you're at home or on the road.
Good stuff. We won't test anybody on this, but we will as we get into the stretch around week 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll sort of keep everybody fresh and remind folks the new playoff format. Next week, halftime show, Chris and I will talk about teams to watch this year, and then in 2 weeks, the WPIL players to watch. Good stuff as always. Chris Harlan. SE Tire and Export Tire, your local tire experts. They work hard to earn your business. They have your size tire in stock installed today. All the best brands at the best tire prices. SE Tire, conveniently located on Route 51 in Bell Vernon. Export Tire, located on Old William Penn Highway in Export. Shop their tires online and check out their Google reviews. Thanks to SE Tire and Export Tire, our sponsors here on the halftime show on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Thanks to Mr. Chris Harlan, Mr. Don Rebel for all of their insight there. And you didn't get to miss a beat, no pun intended, with the Scotties marching band. We'll have the Scotties full show next week when they're at home at Sox Russo Stadium under the direction of Devin Householder. Let's twist again with their drum majors, Gabby Hott and Joseph Duralu. Got to say for sure, too, a big shout-out to Miss Diana Borowski, who is the major ed advisor for both Union and Mohawk. So a fun night for her to be able to work with both bands. Halftime here at Mohawk High School, Union 35, Mohawk 14. Now let's turn it over to the Mohawk Warrior Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Jason Zay. The Mohawk Warrior Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Jason Zay. Fun little halftime show, Lee. We're going to try to get you that at every one of these games throughout the course of the football season.
And who else would do that? Nobody.
Nobody.
And that's what I like about the Lawrence County SportsNet, not trying to brag. But high school football, yeah, sure is about the players, but the band brings so much atmosphere and so much, to the high school football, the bands. And it's great to see the Sports Network actually featuring in the bands at halftime, which is great to see.
And not just at halftime, Lee. 3 weeks from now.
September 22nd, I believe the date is.
The 40th or 41st annual, I got to make it official, 41st annual Lawrence County Band Festival. We'll have it right here.
Look forward to it.
Well, on the Trib Live High School Sports Network as well, the Lawrence County SportsNet, LC SportsNet.com. Let's take a look at the first half scoring recap. Lead scoring recap brought to you by Joseph's Marketplace. Visit them online at josephsnc.com and check out their new cafe. Order online as well. Mohawk, their first drive, went right down the field, a 7-play drive, 7 plays for 67 yards, and a 4th down conversion, a 28-yard pass from J.C. Voss to Mark Conti for the touchdown. Mohawk strikes first, but Union just 8 seconds later, that's all the time it took for Braylon Thomas to take the kick 75 yards up the gut to the house. Extra point tied it at 7 after Mohawk went 3 and out on their next possession. A great punt from J.C. Voss, caught by Mike Gunn at his own. 3 guys miss immediately, and then he was untouched 93 yards to the house. 14-7 Union led, not even midway through the opening quarter. After a fumble from J.C. Voss, recovered on that play by Vitale. 3 plays later, Jackson Clark from the Wildcat, Braylon Thomas in the Wildcat, scrambles to his right, little scramble drill, finds Jackson Clark over the top for the touchdown pass, 21-7 at the end of the first quarter. That lead would extend when Braylon Thomas gets his 3rd touchdown in a 3rd different way, this time on a receiving end from Tyler Staub, and that was also after a fumble. That was a 1-play scoring drive. 27-7 Union led early in the second quarter. Mohawk staying in it. They drive down the field, 7 plays, 70 yards, a touchdown pass on a touchdown run, on an A.J. Carnucci up the gut with a little bit of help from his friends. Cut the lead in half, 27-14 at that point, midway through the second quarter. And they were driving again, where Mohawk late in that first half. But Jackson Clark steps in front of a J.C. Voss pass. The 3rd turnover forced by the Union defense, and all 3 of them lead to scores. This one on the pick 6. Jackson Clark 65 yards to the house. 2-point conversion made it 35-14. That was the score at the end of the first half. Their scoring recap of the first half, again brought to you by Joseph's Marketplace, family owned and operated since 1915.
You said something earlier there about 8 seconds for that. Figure out the 100-yard dash there. If he ran 75 yards, you said, or
75 yards.
Yeah,
75 yards in 8 seconds.
In 8 seconds. So,
where are my former math students here? Why aren't they figuring this out?
They're not. Yeah, no one's speaking up here. But anyways, that's 25%. So probably about 12 seconds.
Yeah, that's some pretty good math there, Lee, and I will agree with that. Let's get some more math while we're at it.
These stats are mind-boggling.
So if you see the scoreboard, Union leading 35-14, you think they're controlling the offense.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Total yards, Mohawk 197. Union 62. Union has 1 rushing yard in the game. 1 rushing yard. Plays run, Mohawk 35, Union 11. But it's the turnovers. None for Union, 3 for Mohawk. All 3 leading the scores, including 3 total returns for a touchdown. A punt, a kick, and an interception return for a touchdown. That's literally the difference in the game. Those 3 returns leading to a 3-score difference here as we get ready to start our second half.
Yeah, right now the defensive line is dominating the offensive line of Mohawk right now. putting a lot of pressure on Boston. That's why some of those turnovers, the interception, the fumble that Voss also had, caused by the pressure of that defensive line. Union just doing a fantastic job here so far tonight. So let's see what adjustments both coaches are going to make, and we'll see how the second half plays out. But it should be a fun one. Hopefully not as long as the first half, but if it takes that long, we'll be here. So, and remember, at the end of the game, we will pick a player of the game and a play of the game later on here tonight.
We wait for the teams to adjourn. Let's give a little, give a little love to the.
Yeah, the play of the game will coming up after the game. They'll announce the Maley Chiropractic play of the game. All high school student athletes during their sports season, $25 per visit to our office, includes an adjustment and or all therapies necessary. For full details, visit MaleyChiropractic.com. That's MAHLE Chiropractic.com. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game, excuse me. And the player of the game, we got time for that?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure I'm sitting down. So coming up after the game, we'll announce the LCCAP player of the game. Lawrence County Community Action Partnership is dedicated to enhancing the quality of life within Lawrence County by eliminating and preventing the causes and effects of poverty by mobilizing and directing resources to assist, educate, and promote self-sufficiency. For more information and on to find out how you can assist, visit them online at lccap.org. That's lccap.org. LCAP, changing lives.
That they are, and we're glad that they can be changing lives of all of us here to bring you this Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP. Special thanks to all of them watching. And the beauty of online broadcasts like this, too, we can say hi to folks like Andrew out in California as well, checking us out. Nationwide, worldwide.
Yeah, if he's in San Diego, he's probably one of the best places in the world. Don't know what part of California, but California is pretty good.
So Union with the 3-score advantage, and they will get first possession as this ball is squibbed away. It's going to be taken on a bounce at the 3-yard line by Mike Gunn, and he's going to shake and bake, makes a couple men miss, and then finds a hole up the middle. Look out again. Across to the 35, to the 40. Now bouncing off tacklers to the 45. Look at this, a 42-yard return, and that was, I even think, a good kick by Mohawk to keep it away from everybody.
I would not want to be in the film room on special teams, whoever's on the special teams right now, because a lot to work on, a lot of missed tackles right now by Mohawk, but nonetheless, great job by Union, and good position to start off the second half.
About the only thing that hasn't gone right for Union in this game, they're 0 for 3 on third down, and they have 4 penalties, all offsides penalties, 5 yards apiece on each one of them.
But you have a 21-point lead. But I know Coach Robinson's not smiling.
Never. Tyler Staub will be in the gun with 2 receivers each way. We'll take a look at the starting lineups here again as the teams start the second half after this first down play. Now Staub goes under center. Stanley, the lone back. It'll be an option read. It's going to be kept by Staub. Bounces outside, and he'll pick up 3 yards. Staub, that's his 4th carry of the game. Negative yardage on the night on the ground thanks to a couple of sacks. But he's got 42 yards and a touchdown on just 3 passes. Jackson Clark, 2 rushes, 2 catches. He's got a touchdown through the air, also 1 defensively. Mark Stanley also in the backfield. Mike Gunn, Braylon Thomas, 2 of the receivers, each with returns for touchdowns. Thomas with a receiving touchdown in the first half as well. Dane Jockey, also a wide receiver. Caden Fisher, the tight end. The O-line been playing pretty well. Shane Roper, Antonio Ferrone, Nick Vitale, Mason Benedict, and Robert McCurdy from right to left. 2-yard gain, handoff, and Jackson Clark on the direct handoffs has not gone his way. 3rd carry, none for positive yardage.
Yeah, nice tackle there by Luke Kuhn coming in from the safety position. So 3rd and long here for the Scotties. That's one stat I don't like is the rushing yardage taken away from the quarterback just because he got sacked. He wasn't trying to run.
Don't tell that to Bobby O. He feels the exact opposite, Lee.
You serious?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He also is not a fan of the team rush for negative 1 yard at the end of a half. Trips to the right on 3rd down. It's going to be Braylon Thomas to catch it on the far side. It was a long pass and good job of pursuit.
Kuhn again.
A couple of big tackles. on the drive, and it's a 3-and-out on another 3-yard loss on that play.
Yeah, the offense hasn't clicked too well here for the Scotties here, but you do have a 3-touchdown lead, which is good. High atop the press box here, Bessemer, PA.
Again, only 14 plays now run for Union.
Let's see if Mohawk comes after the kicker here.
Mohawk ran 35 plays. Union has run 14 plays. The scoreboard says the exact opposite, folks. How about that? So confusion here as they're waiting to snap the football. The clock keeps on ticking as they do. Long snapper Jonke finally settles over the football. High snap, Thomas able to corral it. Wobbly punt towards the near side, and Mohawks is going to get away from it, but it does take an Union bounce before it's down by Ferrone at the 31. Mohawk will take over 1st and 10. Let's look again at their starting lineup. Our starting lineups again brought to you by Michael Kirkwood. Michael Kirkwood Jr. Call him at 724-301-1482 and check out his current listings or list your home at castle-realty.com. Michael Kirkwood Jr. and Castle Realty. People you know, people you trust. J.C. Voss in the first half throwing the football 6 of 13 for 104 yards. But 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, and an interception. A.J. Carnucci in the backfield, 69 yards on the ground. He has a touchdown. Junior Micco, 17 rushing yards. The receivers, Mark Conti with a touchdown in the first half. Joe Reed, Aiden Sample as well. The O-line, Colton Ross, Jack Mays, Vinnie Perry, Alex Chapman, and Michael Dominic. Zone read, Voss will keep it again. Coming towards the near side, dragged down, rolling over Vitale. Gets a couple extra yards, a pickup of 9. That's the 8th carry for Voss on the evening. 8 carries now for 26 yards.
Good decision there by Voss in that zone read. He pulled it out of that running back's gut. Getting that positive yardage.
Multi-sport athlete. You like getting a guy like that on the edge. Again, you wouldn't think it when you just look at his numbers in terms of his height, his weight. J.C. Voss listed as a 6'1", 215-pound quarterback. Handoff up the middle. Micco jumps over a couple of players down in the line. He's going to pick up 7 yards on the first down.
Good start for the offensive line here by Mohawk. And Clark looks like he's getting some cramps a little bit, and he will come up. But a good start by the offensive line there, getting a good push to those first 2 plays. Yeah, keep an eye on Jackson Clark for Union, trying to stretch that leg out a little bit.
I'll tell you what, Lee, the heat in the day, then it starts to cool down. You go into the locker room and rest for 20 minutes and then come right back out. It's the cool down as much as anything, I think, that leads to those the cramps even more than the heat itself. Voss looking to throw, quick out, caught near midfield. Conti cuts back inside, gets away from Vitale, and you'll get a first down in the process. Down to the 42-yard line, from the 45 to the 42, a 13-yard catch.
And he's cramping up right now. He's not. Is he going to get off the field? Barely getting off the field is Conti. He cramped up right off the bat, but nice burst of speed there by Conti. Little scat, almost looked like a little scat back there, and he falls to the ground. And stretch me, please.
He's been everywhere. He was the starting quarterback for most of his sophomore season. Moved to wideout last year, the leading receiver on the squad, and one of the few receivers returning for this Warriors team in 2021. Going wide on this play and not going very far as Caden Fisher able to seal the edge. Loss of 4.
Yeah, good job, Fisher. Fighting off that block and making that play. Yeah, Conti in some pain. Not fun getting cramps.
I think
for sure.
The worst I ever had, I cramped up in the middle of throwing a pitch.
Oh.
The calf cramped and the leg just kept spinning around, basically did a pirouette. No, cramps are not fun, folks.
So where did the ball go?
I know it was caught. I don't know if it was a strike. I'm actually kind of upset that I don't know that. Another flag thrown right at the snap. Mohawk's already got a couple of procedure penalties. I think another one might be coming here.
And a holding call probably coming as that pass is incomplete.
Thrown behind the intended target. It was Joe Reed.
Should be a holding call against Mohawk anyways here at the 46-yard line. You would think Union would take that. Referees have dissected their flags quite a bit here tonight. Taking a long time to sort things out.
There's the procedure penalty.
And there's the hold.
So the procedure is what will be refused. You're right, and this flag looks like it's back at their own 44-yard line.
46-yard line.
Thanks, Tim. So a loss of about 8 yards, maybe 9 yards even. Loss of 8, and then the 10-yard penalty.
The thing is, though, problem is now we're on camera, so they're going to see 46-yard line. And they're probably already saying it before I said it,
you know, I'm just hoping that everybody at home is doing the math with me, though.
Yeah.
Go ahead, figure out. You're at your own 36-yard line. You have to get to the opposition's 32. 14 and 18, 32 yards.
Very good.
Scoreboard says 46.
That's all right.
They haven't taken my math class
They
yet.
said they say 24. It's on the 46, but they just haven't done it. Nice pass.
Throw over the middle, and it's going to go through a couple of hands. Intended. Believe that was Aiden Sample going down the seam. It went through his hands and went through Tyler Staub, the safety's hands. Actually hit him right in the lid.
And Staub's starting to cramp up now. He's going to come off the field. So we're going to another holding call on Mohawk.
A war of attrition. Are you sure that you want to even accept this penalty, Lee?
Yeah, why not? Push him back.
So it was 2nd and 34. Tell me it's about to become 2nd and...
Second in the crane room.
Actually, let's say 2nd in the red zone, because we do have the red zone tent still out there.
Okay, that sounds good.
By the concession stand. Special thanks to Andrew and Mark Kaiser. Man, they've done some incredible stuff. Busy, busy week at the red zone. If you haven't checked it out in the Shannick Township on Wilmington Road, please do, because they have so many incredible designs. And the best seller is the... call them the mom shirts designed for every school.
2nd and 47.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm not sure what you got in the playbook for that one. You have a swing pass that is going to be short and bounce into the hands of the intended receiver, Joe Reed. 3rd down and 47.
Yeah, the scoreboard's got 43, but that's all right.
They don't have Lee Moan running it.
My math skills.
Well, mind you, coming up after the game, we'll award the player of the game, the player of the game. We'll also have the Trib Live High School Sports Network scoreboard show. Flip on over to that once we sign off here. Don Rebel and his cast of thousands will have scores from tonight's game, plus recaps and headlines from all the top games across the WPIAL. Don't miss it. HSSN.triblive.com, proud affiliate of the Trib Live High School Sports Network. We are here at lcsportsnet.com.
Or catch a local radio station on your car on the way home also.
Yeah, flip
like
over.
I'll be doing.
Flip over to a 1200 KST. Now, last time Mohawk had a 3rd and insanely long, they were able to convert, but that was a 3rd and 17. This one on 3rd and 47. Not quite as successful. Give a gain of 8, though, on the carry for Carnucci.
Yeah, Mohawk's been shooting themselves in the foot all night long between turnovers, penalties. Been a rough night, to say the least.
Definitely week 0.
Yes, which is a good thing.
Checked, I believe that was Miko actually on that last carry. But again, the balance. He's got 9 carries, Voss has 9 carries, Carnucci has 8 carries.
But they haven't really established that run, though. They did in the first drive. They ran the ball well.
Snap back, Voss to boot it away. Rugby style, going to try to keep it away from the return men, and Clark's going to let it bounce. Takes a good Warrior bounce down to the 26 is where they will mark it. 6:03 remaining here in quarter number 3. Tell you what, we had that hydration break in the first quarter. Not that you need it as much now, but again, I argue that you do with the amount of cramping that you're going to end up seeing here in the second half.
Yeah, we're starting to see it, that's for sure.
Mind you, coming up next week, Lee, we'll have Elwood City traveling to Union. We'll have then on Saturday, Shenango hosting Laurel. But wait, there's more. Don't forget, we still have week 0 action tomorrow. Tim Continenza, Lee Moan will be on the call from Bob Bledgy Stadium. Neshannock hosting Shenango. Some Saturday action. 7 o'clock kickoff. Again, we'll be on the air about 6:30.
About.
It's never an exact science. So with the 3-score advantage, Scotties back on the field. Staub directing traffic, flips the formation around. He's going to turn and hand to Clark. Clark cuts inside, now cuts all the way towards the sideline, and his first positive gain on the ground today, out to the 35-yard line, pickup of 9 on first down.
Yeah, haven't been much positive on the offensive side of the ball for the Scotties, but nice job there.
But looks like Clark is again down on the sideline.
He's cramping up. Definitely a cramp, for sure. I was looking at that Laurel score. I didn't realize who Laurel was playing. Northeast. The Great Pickers.
The Great Pickers.
The Great
I knew you would know that one.
Yeah.
For those who
one of my shirts.
For those who don't follow Lee Moan, he has a collection of shirts that is just impressive of various incredible, fun school nicknames across the entire country.
In only high school.
High schools. Give us some examples of them.
Oh, geez. We started off with the polka dots. The polka.
That's my favorite.
The fighting. My favorite is either the Arkansas School for the Deaf. They're known as the Deaf Leopards. That's. And they were known as the Def Leopards before Def Leppard became famous.
No way.
Yes. Oh. Back in '73, I believe it was.
That makes it even cooler.
Yeah, and the most obscure one that I have is the Obzags.
I was hoping you would go there.
Yeah, in Key, Maryland, it's gazebo spelled backwards.
What's the significance of that? Is there like a famous gazebo?
There is a gazebo on the school property, in the middle of the property. So they went with the
Obzags.
The Obzags. Yeah, it's definitely the most unique one. Getting the honkers coming and the river rats later on this year. So.
And a lot of motion after the injury timeout.
They're amazed at the Obzags too. Yeah, they actually have an Obzag fighting gazebo running onto the field too.
Congratulations to any stylist artist who can create a gazebo that looks like he is fighting.
Gotta love it. Key, Maryland. I wouldn't mind visiting that school just for my outlaws live in D.C. area, so I should take a trip over and see that gazebo.
I mean, we got the Great Pickers in the area. We got the Big Macs down at Cannon McMillan. Those are the two most creative around here. But
I did get the Bubblers in Boiling Springs, PA. Got that shirt. Actually, I wore that to kiss the Blarney Stone in Ireland.
Play action on 2nd and 6. Staub's going to throw on the run, and it's going to go in and out of the hands of Mark Stanley. It was a well-designed play, had some room in front of him, but couldn't quite haul in the pass. It was a little low.
Yeah. And then Paul Patera's from the Trib Live High School. His favorite one is in Northampton, the Concrete Kids.
The Concrete Kids?
Yes, Concrete Kids.
Polka High School, though, is still got to be. That's my. Well, I might be a little biased if they're called the Fighting Dots, but I digress. 3rd down and 6 as Union breaks the huddle.
Definitely unique, that's for sure. And that's why I started the collection.
New player in the slot is number 33, Mannix Thompson, for the Scotties. Rolling that way is Staub. He's going to throw on the run, show off the arm, jump ball. It's going to be intercepted.
Nice job.
What a play. Jay Rona, the sophomore, able to make the adjustment in the air and get the interception. The first turnover forced by the Warriors here this evening. Lee, maybe just a little bit of spark that this Mohawk team needs.
But we got a player down, and I hope that's not Staub. Coach Robinson on the field right now. Hopefully it's just a cramp. But the way Coach Robinson's reacting right now, don't know if it's a cramp or not. And I don't want to assume who that is. It's after the play.
Coach Rob is very displeased. All right, now it looks like they are stretching out the left leg like a cramp. It was a little nerve-wracking for a minute. It looked like
I think it definitely is Staub. Don't see a number 5 on the sidelines, so they will help him up.
it is Staub, and it is good to see him getting to his feet, but
yeah, just the way he was laying is like, oh no. But yeah, the cramps are starting to come up right now. And it's a good chance for everybody to hydrate. The thing is, though, you're supposed to hydrate a couple days beforehand and make sure you're drinking that water before. But nonetheless, we get it in. It turns into just a long punt after that reception. So.
Well, I have a quick second. We won't have game pictures from tonight, but we will tomorrow. And actually, we'll have some photos from the Laurel game tonight, thanks to Something for Your Wall. Check out images of the Laurel Northeast game tonight at lcsportsnet.com and check out all of Heather Walsh's great captured moments. Search on Facebook, Something for Your Wall.
Is that game being played at Laurel tonight? Or
yes,
is that,
it is.
So no great picking going on tonight.
No great picking going on, though Shazi would be mad that we did not make our way to the Leonard Rich complex because, well, that's always the place to go because of the phone line, which we don't need anymore. And because of the great food, which is probably not being served by Miss Lori Heights anyway.
We hope so.
We hope it is.
But unfortunately, Skulls are still a little conservative right now, playing safe. Nonetheless, so said I'll be making my plans before the game tomorrow night.
Carnucci hobbled off the field after that play.
It's nice to see the concession stands open again, though.
Oh, you're right about that. Play action. Voss throw over the middle, just a little behind his intended target, and he had a man open. Aiden Sample, he's been a... That's 80 and 88, apologize. That's 88, Guerreri, who's also been a very common target. One of the favorite targets for Voss here this evening. Just off the mark, though, on that one. Third down, 7 to go. Clock held at 3:45 here in quarter number 3. Hard count.
Number 5.
There it is. Well, we can't have more offsides than we have Shazi references, so we just got to say how, a lot of what we do here on this Lawrence County SportsNet is because of Mark Shaw's. And, you, me, and Tim Continenza, 3 of the 4 main broadcasters we'll have over the course of the year. We're all connected because of Mark. You worked with Shazi in the old JST days doing this Lawrence County Game of the Week. Shazi brought me along to do some games when you were out of touch. And then Tim Continenza stepped in for him on JST the year after he had his stroke. 4 years to the day, is that the official? We'll have to...
somewhere around there for the Shannock-Farrell game anyways, yeah.
Third down and 2, Voss, again, another good read, and then cuts back near side. He'll pick up 5, needed 2. That's only the third down conversion of the game.
And Voss is getting the cramps now.
Of course. 5-yard gain, 10th carry for Voss on the evening. But for those who may or may not remember, it was, what we're saying, 4 or 5 years ago now.
It was 4 years.
4 years officially?
Yeah.
4 years ago, Mark Shaw's had his stroke, and he decided to take the football season off on WJST here in Newcastle. Tim Continenza comes in and works with Lee Moan here for the course of the year. But the first game was actually a Neshannock game played at Newcastle.
Yes.
Neshannock at Farrell. Ken LeBovie was talking about it on his morning show this morning, about that steel metal box on that side. It just gets unbearably hot. It was a 90-degree day. Both you and Tim had to have lost about 10 pounds each during that broadcast. The equipment died on us twice. So, of course, that just threw Shazi through the roof.
More than through the roof. Our new quarterback's Jay Rona.
And he's throw to the flat to Carnucci, and he looked to run before he had made the catch.
Yeah, for those who knew Mark Schoss, it was he wasn't the most happiest of individuals at times, so things would set him off easily at times, especially when equipment didn't work.
Yes. We just hit the 3-year mark of us doing a game at Neshannock, and of course the headset would break.
What a great picture that is, too.
That's still one of my favorites. 2nd down and 10. Rona, who had the interception, still in at quarterback. He runs the draw up the middle to Micco. Nice tackle from Clark coming from the linebacker position, and he immediately goes to make a stretch after he stretched out for that tackle. 4 yards on the gain for Micco.
Yeah, Voss is pleading his way to go back in, but Coach McCutchen wants none of that right now.
Well, you like that in a senior leader, but also maybe not a bad call from Coach McCutchen either. You got much bigger games to worry about down the stretch. I know you want to win matchup number 68 against a school just 4 miles away. Well, see what Rona can do on 3rd down. Nice pass caught at the 40-yard line. There's a 1st down. So back-to-back 3rd down conversions. Rona with the completion for 11 yards.
And Conti catches that ball and cramps right back up. He's going to get stretched out. Yeah, as soon as he fell to the ground, I was like, nope, that's not happening.
That's going to lead to another officials timeout. So we can remind you again, coming up after the game, we will announce the Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Maley Chiropractic office, which includes adjustment and or all necessary therapies.
That's a good price.
Just $25.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Great price for all high school athletes during their sports season. For full details, visit MaleyChiropractic.com, M-A-H-L-E Chiropractic.com. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. One of the cool things you could see on the commercial with Maley Chiropractic is the light therapy. And Mitch Maley, long time family friend of ours, talked about how he was able to get some athletes back with bad ankle sprains. Should take 5 or 6 weeks, that they were back to basically full health within 2 to 3 weeks. But the one thing that he says is, we can do that, but we care about making it so you don't have to even go that route.
That's
prehab before you rehab.
Right.
Is the big key. But that light therapy, really, really cool
That's
to
neat.
see in action. And if you've ever tried the cupping before, whew.
The cupping?
Oh, yes.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Basically suction cups on the body.
Yeah, I think I might have heard that.
So Voss back at the quarterback position. The quick out, caught at the 30-yard line, tiptoeing the sideline.
Did he stay in? Nope.
Not quite enough, but a gain of 6.
29-yard line, he stepped out.
I believe Guerreri again. Only a 2nd catch, though. He's been targeted plenty of times this evening.
Yeah, he has.
8 of 17 for a $133 unofficially for J.C. Voss. The clock stops as well in what has been a lengthy game.
To say the least. At least we started at 7 o'clock.
Handoff up the gut for Carnucci. Sidesteps a couple of tacklers, but basically runs into a wall of white. The Clarks in there first, Ronald and Jackson. Pickup of 2 for Carnucci. This is incredible. 10 carries each for Carnucci, Micco, and Voss. That's 30 rushes just between those 3 players.
And they're still losing by 3 touchdowns.
30 carries there. Union has run 17 plays total. But it's not the offense. It's been the defense that's made the difference.
Defense and turnovers.
Thomas, a kick return touchdown. Gunn, a fumble or a punt return touchdown. Jackson Clark with a pick 6. The difference in this game. 3rd and 2. Again, the zone read. Voss will keep. Went outside. Now cuts back in. Lowers the shoulder. Uses all of that big frame. 6'1", 215. Needed 2. Looks like they're going to get 4 on the play. And guess what? Voss down again.
Yeah, Benedict was in perfect position to make the tackle, but Voss just ran him over to be able to get that 1st down. And we have a Union player down on the sideline too with the cramps.
This is what, well, the cramps is not what you want to see, but this kind of running the ball is what you wanted to see Mohawk come out with in the 2nd half, because for the most part on the ground they've done a very good job, and especially on 3rd down, 3 first downs on this drive, all coming on 3rd down. You know, the 3 yards in the cloud of dust, kind of.
Yeah, I think this is what Mohawk's been wanting to do. You know, they wanted to establish that run this year, and in the second half, why not? You know, I mean, last year they were unable to do because they fell behind so much. But hey, this is the week 0 thing, you know. So let's just continue to work on what we want to do this year, and this is a good time to do it. As Voss is really hobbling now. Might be seeing the 3rd-string quarterback come out because Verona
came out too.
Verona came out, but I think he's back in possibly. We'll see.
Well, yeah, and this is something that a lot of people who aren't fans of this week 0 will talk about. It's the fact that players maybe aren't ready yet. They need another week. I mean, the Heat week wasn't the most productive this year in terms of the heat you had out in Western PA.
So Rono's back in.
Good to see that. He's going to flip this one to Carnucci. Cuts inside and kind of loses his footing and pays the price as a result. It's Jackson Clark. How many hits has he made here in this game?
A ton. An awful ton.
To the 23-yard line, so a 1-yard catch.
Yeah, you mentioned it, though, with the heat, and then, you know, you go into halftime, you cool down, then you come out, and you stretch a little bit, but you don't stretch much.
And even during that 20-minute period, that's when the sun sets, and it's about 10 degrees cooler during that time as well.
Yeah.
Just 15 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Rona will look to throw. Quick out, caught at the 20-yard line. Down to the 18 on the catch. Is that Guerreri again?
Yep.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter. 35-14 Union. That was a score at half. That's a score at the end of 3. We'll be back in a moment. It's high school football on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Shannon for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. 12 minutes on the clock as we get ready to start quarter number 4. 35-14 Union has led throughout, scoring 28 straight after Mohawk jumped to a 7-0 lead early. A punt return, a kick return, an interception return for a touchdown. But now Mohawk trying to respond. Can they get a late surge? They are in the red zone.
And Voss is back out there again.
12th play of the drive. Can they get there? Another 3rd down conversion. This one towards the end zone. Pump and go, and it's going to be intercepted by Staub, and he'll collapse to the ground for the touchback.
And not because he has a cramp. He just made the right play in the end zone, so not a good read. Receiver and Voss not on the same page there. Staub, the easy interception. Just fall down the end zone. Good job by him. And I think we might see Staub come out. Yeah, Staub's not going to be our quarterback. Maybe he is going to be. He's just going over and talk to Coach Robinson. Thought maybe you might get pulled here for the start of this 4th quarter, but nope. He'll come back out. So the Scotties get another turnover.
4 on the night, and right when Mohawk got into the red zone as well.
Yeah, this big crowd unable to cheer a lot here tonight.
Scotty fans making the short trip down State Street.
So you'd probably be able to run the Union High School, right?
I mean, not in the heat this afternoon for sure. I'd run right now. Turn, handoff to Clark, able to get away from one, but not away from number 2 or number 3, and big Colton Root's going to slam him down for a loss of 2.
Yeah, back in my days, I'd run the 4 miles, but not anymore. Not happening.
Well, if you're saying back in the day, I'm certainly not doing it.
And we have another player down with cramps. Is the referee stepping in? Well, I thought maybe he's just standing over him. I thought maybe he was going to be helping the player with the cramp. Let's see. Can't see who that is.
Well, again, reminder that tomorrow we will have continued coverage of Week 0. Everybody's favorite terminology, which college football has now adopted that terminology as well. But we'll have Week 0 action from Bob Legge Stadium, Shenango at Neshannock.
And if they're tuned in, please be drinking water right now.
Yes.
Drink as much water as you possibly can tonight and tomorrow, because you're going to need it for tomorrow night, because it's supposed to be another brutal day, and rain possibly tomorrow night with storms and all that other good stuff. So
when we're getting cramps on basically every play right now, Lee, it's very disjointed, but it does give us a chance to keep an eye on the scoreboard.
I like the ticker. I like the ticker rolling across there. The out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by the Crane Room. Trying to get my flashlight on. Here we go. Call ahead and reserve your seat for after the game, just a few minutes up the road on Wilmington Road in Neshannock, or place an order for takeout, curbside pickup, dinner, homemade desserts, even a crawler to go. Call to place your order at 724-656-1553 or visit craneroom.com to see their full menu.
Score updates coming in. Keep an eye on our Twitter page as well, at LC SportsNet, for some scores, recaps. Again, we'll have some photos, especially from that Laurel game. We'll have some really nice photos coming in. Thanks again to Something for Your Wall.
Yeah, looking forward to looking at those.
And again, we're going to have some great images coming tomorrow during our halftime show. Continuing to work on the Mohawk player down with a cramp. So how about this? Let's step away for a minute. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in a moment. 35-14, Union leads. It's the LC SportsNet powered by LCAP.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity, it's really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
Remind you to go and turn over to the Trib Live High School Sports Network after this game is over for the scoreboard show. Vinny Perry able to get off the field under his own power. Second down, 12 to go. Clock now winding again. Union holding on to their 3-score lead. Jonke will get the handoff on the end around, but it's going to be an illegal formation on the Scotties. Looks like Jonke lost a couple of yards on the play anyway. So that means, again, the clock will stop.
Yeah, I didn't hear if the 50-50 was awarded.
They did. They put it on the scoreboard at halftime.
Anybody claim it, I hope? I'm sure we didn't win.
Now, someone must have claimed it. They didn't announce it a million times.
Yeah, true. So
the clock is continuing to run while the officials are making this discussion.
So they are making a big mistake right now. Nobody is noticing or caring. Well, maybe this could be an agreement by the coaches right now too, because of all the cramping that's going on that we do not know about.
Well, that's an extra 30 seconds that has now gone off of the clock.
That's my guess right now, is they're doing that, but I could be wrong. I'm sure at this point coaches don't mind. You just want to get out of here healthy.
Jonke lost one on the play. Third down now for the Scotties. 3rd and 12. Trips right for Staub. Looks to step up in the pocket, now flush to his right, throws off his back foot, has a man open, it is Jonky at midfield, makes the catch. Busted coverage, and a big throw off the back foot across midfield. Huge gain over 30 yards.
What a great play there by Staub. It looked like he was like, what are you, great throw. Wow, that was, like you said, off the back foot and made a great play. Get the first down. Apparently, the clock did stop, so we just lost 30 seconds for no reason earlier on. But those things are going to happen early in the year. But go back to that play, Staub. It's just a great play.
That's the first third down conversion of the evening for the Scotties. And again, Mohawk almost 3-1 now in terms of number of plays run in this ball game. Union in no rush to get up to the line of scrimmage. Trying to eat up as much of this fourth quarter clock as they can. Trips to the left, trying to get the proper formation. Now they finally do. Official's arm is up. They do get the snap off. Throw on the quick slant, and it's through the hands of Mike Gunn. There was room in front of him.
Oh, Coach Robinson cannot believe it. I don't know who he's mad at, Staubern. Throwing the hands in the air, that might have been a touchdown just with the way he was going.
Okay, then. Bessemer, PA, glad to be here this evening. 9:08 remaining. Union with 28 unanswered points in the first half. With the 3-score lead. On the read, again, Staub will keep, trying to get to the outside, does get to the corner. Makes a man miss, but he is dragged down hard at the 40-yard line. Nice pickup, though, and makes it from 2nd and 10 down to a 3rd and 4.
And they're going to say he landed in bounds. I don't know about that, but I'm happy they called him in bounds to keep the clock running.
Yeah, again, you almost think there has to be some sort of agreement that's been made. Clock having to stop on almost every play in this second half with players cramping up.
Yeah, we've been fortunate the last 3 plays. No one's cramped up. It's tough for Union too with the amount of numbers that they don't really have the players to substitute either. They're trying to get this through this game healthy.
Staub, smart senior, is going to wait for the back judge to put up their hand.
It seems like it's a long 30-second clock or 25-second clock.
40 officially, but yeah,
40,
this is definitely more than 40. Third down, play action. Rolling out to his right. Again, throw off the back foot. Man open in the middle. Caught there by Thomas. Nice burst of speed by Braylon Thomas. Gets down to the 22-yard line. Pickup of 18 and another third down conversion.
And I spoke too soon.
Staub 5 of 9 for 90 yards. And yes, another player getting worked in the middle of the field. So that gives us a chance, though, Lee. We got to make some more shout-outs. Aaron Vigiano, Dom Summers, our producers here this evening. Christian Cassie, Rachel Bowen, Ashley Haltala on the camera duty. Robbie Nattel working social media for us this evening.
Yeah.
Great staff we got.
Yeah, Robbie said, are all high school games this long? I haven't been to a game in years. It's like,
well, in that case, Rob, we're never inviting you back.
Yeah, that's about it. And I know she's not listening, but she might watch the archive replay. Stuart Ruby's mother, number 70, I got a chance to talk to her at the concession stand before the game because she was buying pretzels, hot dogs, chips, and she was trying to balance like 5 plates of everything with chips, Gatorades, and trying to was like, let me help you, please. Oh, no, I can get, like, no. My kids are, no, I'll help you, okay? So, and we brought back all this food. She's sitting like the 3rd row at the 50-yard line and brings back all these chips. So, congratulations to her for feeding
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody for sure.
It's still a good crowd hanging out till the end of this one, too. 7:15 remaining as this game is now approaching the 2.5-hour mark. This time on the read, Stanley will get the handoff for his third carry of the game. Plows forward into the red zone. Make sure you stop by the red zone, whether at the tent here by the concession stand or on their main location on Wilmington Road in the Shannock Township for all of your county sporting apparel needs. Sporting goods, custom apparel, embroidery, and much, much more. Visit them online, theredzonesports.com, and you too can score big at the Red Zone.
That's a nice store in there too. We got the chance to stop in there. Boy, they got a wide variety of your local teams.
All 8 schools represented.
Yeah, that's the great thing.
And the best part, and I wish we got a picture of it. We'll have to get that for next week. They made the T-shirts for the Celebration of Champions with all 8 school logos on it. It's a really, really cool design. The black shirt with the gold on it. How about this run by Mark Stanley? You're not going to stop him. He's in there from 20 yards out. Mark Stanley says, let's put a dagger in it. 41-14, Scotties.
And that's what I was looking for from Mark Stanley. Once he starts going downhill, it's tough to stop the big guy. Rumbling and bumbling, getting into the end zone. Good job there, Mark Stanley. You said the dagger, more than likely, that should be the dagger right there. Let's see. You would not think they're going to go for 2, even though they did the last one. But they will try that extra point.
Saab the hold, Jonky to snap. Jackson Clark. He's made everyone that he's officially attempted. The only one that was missed was on a bad snap.
It doesn't matter how they go through.
One of them went off his own lineman. This kick is up, and it is off to the left.
His best kick of the night, too. Get it in the air, and he shanked it, unfortunately.
41-14, Union leading Mohawk with 6:11 remaining. We'll be back in a moment. Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
Looking to buy, sell, or rent in Lawrence County? Get Realtor Michael Kurtwood Jr. in your starting lineup today. Michael Kurtwood Jr. of Castle Realty caters to buyers, sellers, and renters of Lawrence County and the surrounding areas. Call Michael Kurtwood Jr. at 724-301-1482 today. Check out his current listings or list your home at castle-realty.com. People you know, people you trust.
On the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Mark Stanley's 20-yard touchdown run. Capping off a long scoring drive. 7 plays on that scoring drive. That scoring recap, we'll give a shout out to Joseph's Marketplace, josephsnc.com. This kickoff's taken at the 15-yard line by Carnucci, coming near side. It's going to be dragged down there by Caden Fisher. A good run. You mentioned it, Lee. The powerful big man he is. He's got hands out of the backfield, but if he's going one-on-one with a safety or a cornerback, good luck.
Yeah, I'll take my chances with Mr. Stanley running downhill against the defender. Yeah, I got to check out that Joseph's Bakery since I live in Butler County, but I got to.
Oh, the old Shaw's Pudgy Buns. I know he brought those to you.
The Pudgy Buns, yeah, they're very, very good. The Pudgy Buns, Shaw's, another Shaw's reference.
So, Lee, we have to talk about this scoreline right now, 41-14, because I've gotten, no joke, 5 text messages in the last minute since this score has gone, including from our camera person down on the field, Ashley Haltala. We'll tell the full story after this first down snap. See, looks like it is Rona back at the quarterback position. He'll hand it off, coming near side, and big hit for a new tailback getting his first carry.
24.
That's 24. Justin Boston getting his first carry.
I want to hear this story.
Well, the joke is that these numbers have, quote, haunted me since high school. In high school, Notre Dame fan. Lee Moan loves that. Going to the bowl games. and it was a game that they were supposed to absolutely get destroyed. It was Jamarcus Russell, LSU.
Yes.
I said, no, I think they match up well. It could be all right. Well, they lost handily by a final score of 41-14. As Boston gets another carry. Good job bouncing it outside. Got some room across midfield. Big run for Boston. 8 plus 8 is a 16-yard carry.
Coach put me in, even though I'm a sophomore. I want some playing time. Good job.
So to continue the story, of course, the next day in school, I'm getting absolutely razzed big time. A week later, national championship game. Ohio State's supposed to destroy Tim Tebow in Florida. It goes the other way around. Percy Arvin and company, they destroy Ohio State by a final score of 41-14. So then, of course, the fun never ends. Then everybody's getting on me. As Boston makes it 3 straight carries, 7-yard gain here, 27 yards on those 3 carries.
Okay, the story's getting better and better.
The story keeps getting better. So then, you know, a random problem shows up in math class the very next day where the answer is, like, I believe it was 4.114. You had to go to 3 decimal places.
Oh, my gosh.
My can of Pepsi, if you notice, the number of grams of sugar is 14 grams. That just happens to be 41% of your daily recommended intake. You can't make it up, Lee. I had three friends of mine who were all working at McDonald's, and whatever deal it was that they had was a value meal that was worth, when you paid with tax, $6.59. Yeah. Or did I do that right? $6.59. So that when they paid with $20, which everybody paid with a $20 bill back then, the change was $14. It never,
actually, $5, but
never ended.
$5.59.
$5.59. Yeah. Thank you. But that's
funny. Did you play the daily number of 1441 or 4114? Did you box it or play both?
I did it once on a night at the races.
Okay.
And no, I did not win with it, but I did win the 50-50 that night for over 700. So I'll call that a win. Rona at the quarterback position gains 2 yards on the play.
We got a flag on the play, though.
Flag
back
behind
37. Probably could be a holding call or a illegal procedure of some sort. Let's see.
So the clock winds down. So long story short, even though it definitely was not short, but it was totally worth it. It's only fitting that our first game on the new Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP would have this score line. I beg you, Mohawk, punch it in the end zone here in this last 3 minutes, 35 seconds. Otherwise, this phone is going to continue to blow up.
That's great.
So at the procedure penalty, Rona will get the high snap. Handoff up the middle. Good job dragging tacklers forward. And a pickup of 4 on that play. That was number, I believe, was that Gino Perry?
I could not tell. Went into the line there. Of course, you are a teacher at Union, so I mean, I'm sure the Union Scotties do not want this score line to go away so they can get on you that, hey, we won 41-14, teacher.
That was Sam List on the carry, by the way. Absolutely, Lee. That's definitely going to happen.
And I wouldn't even doubt your room might be decorated.
It will be now if
it doesn't.
If anybody's listening out there, guarantee it. Rona running in trouble there, and he's going to get dragged down for a sack and a loss of 3 yards. Denon Bowen in there on that tackle.
Well, we got 2:30 to try to break this score.
Well, I got to continue that. My first year teaching at Union was joking about somebody could not remember how to do long division because it had been so long and used calculators.
Oh, yeah.
I randomly made up a problem. I think it was like 571 divided by 14. You know what the answer was?
No.
Came out evenly, 41. No joke. Scott. That's Boston up the middle. Look at him go. It's been a nice little.
I love him.
Justin Boston, 5'10", 155-pound sophomore, has been a nice bright spot as he gets Mohawk into the red zone yet again with a minute 49 left.
Actually, that was Sam List, number 26.
That was 26 again. Apologize.
That's right. I thought it was Boston for a second, but it was List.
So Sam List has had a couple of carries. A 5'8", 175-pound freshman. So underclassmen getting some good work here in the final few minutes of today's contest. Again, coming up after the game, we'll award a play of the game and a player of the game.
The list again.
List getting us close to maybe.
Please. Score.
Please, please, please. You're not supposed to root on the air, Lee, but you know what? Oh, well.
For 9 yards. Let's see if they can get the 9 yards.
I believe, again, that's List sidecar left.
Yes.
He'll get the handoff up the middle, and he's met by a pair of Scotties. No gain on the play. Less than a minute to go. Maybe one more chance for the Warriors to put it into the end zone.
Will this be our play of the game if they can?
Mohawk calls timeout with 48 seconds left.
Brought to you by Ponch's Insurance. Just like the game, go to the sideline, they'll listen to their coach and discuss their needs. That's what you get at Ponch's Insurance. They put their attention to the things you own, so you can devote your attention to the ones you love. Visit them online at ponchusinsurance.com. Ponch's Insurance. Love the life you live. Next week, make sure you tune in, or actually tomorrow night, make sure you tune in tomorrow night. Shenango at Neshannock. We will have the call roughly about 6:30 or so. Also, next week, tune in. We will be at Union again for Elwood City at Union next week. And the second game again next Saturday night.
Laurel at Shenango.
Laurel off to a big win against the Great Picker. So Mohawk trying to get one score in here. They hear the pleas of James Dotson up here. So they will do their best to try to break this score.
Lee, even my mother is texting me harassing about the score right now. What does that tell you?
They don't want Mohawk to score.
Rona on the throw on the slant. He's in there. Touchdown, Mohawk.
Oh, you look for a number. I thought it was 36.
So there is no 36 on our roster.
So Bob Smith. And they don't have it either.
We apologize to
when the PA announcer doesn't have the name, you know everybody's not. So
Rona on the pass, Brady Quinn on the catch. Rona in the gun, going for 2. Going to throw on the quick comebacker, and it's going to go through the hands of Connor Hart, who I thought it might have been Hart who made the touchdown catch. But we'll have to get confirmation on that one.
I thought it was 36. But
no good on the conversion. 45 seconds remaining. We'll keep it right here.
Well, at least we got the story in with the 41-14 story.
Oh, we did.
That was good. That will be forever in my brain now. When the score comes up,
never goes away.
I will think of James Dawson now.
I mean, they just keep coming to me. That was around the same year that Terrell Pryor was going crazy in high school football. He goes and meets local Wilmington here in the state semifinals.
Yes, I was at that game.
Wilmington's
2-degree weather.
Yes, Wilmington's about to cut it down to a 2-score game. They got a lot of momentum, and Pryor gets a 100-yard pick 6. You know what that made the score?
You serious? I don't remember the game that well. I just remember being freezing cold.
And they had a kicker who I think they missed one kick all year.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you know, he kicked it yeah.
Yeah, I remember that game was played at Hempfield High School. We debated whether we were going to go down there and freeze or just listen to the game. Like, we'll go down there. It was cold. Yeah, it was. I think it was 2 degrees at kickoff. I think it was. And the Hounds, boy, did they travel too. What Wilmington just.
36 on our roster. We were hoping you could tell us. Who is it?
We'll try to get confirmation of somebody there. But anyways.
They think it was Jimmy Nolfi who got the.
Sounds good. Yeah, he was listed. I don't think we'll see a onside kick here, but yeah, he will. Yeah, it is an onside kick.
Might as well practice it, and it's going to be recovered by the Union Scotties. One of the big boys falling on that far sideline. I believe it was Ferrone.
Number 63. Yep.
Now getting new confirmation, it was Blake Logan on the catch for that touchdown. We'll get it right eventually. Again, we apologize.
Yeah.
Logan listed as number 84 in our programs tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately, we just go with the information we're given, and we assume the information we're given is correct, but sometimes
99 times out of 100, it is correct.
Yeah. When these things happen. So hopefully the Scotties will just fall on the ball.
And again, we'll
get out of here.
And then we'll come back. We'll give a scoring recap.
By Joseph's Bakery will sponsor that recap.
And then we'll name our play of the game and player of the game. Play of the game.
Those are easy tonight.
Those, I think, are very easy tonight, yes. And Union's going to trot one more player out on the field. Get Rogan in there and
look for the kneel down. There it is.
The team rush.
Now
for a loss of 1 yard, and
that will do it.
That will do it. Your final score here from Bessemer: Union 41, Mohawk 20. Union with their first win against Mohawk since 2004. We're going to step away, come back with the post-game show when we return. 41-20, Union victorious here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Joseph's Marketplace is Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Fresh meats and produce, full-line deli, homemade foods, and much more. Joseph's Marketplace has hot foods prepared every day. They also have Newcastle favorites like grape leaves, hummus, and wedding soup available daily. Follow Joseph's Marketplace on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates or stop in to see what's cooking each day. Come hang out at the brand new cafe and bakery, full of great coffee, drinks, sandwiches, snacks, sweets, and free Wi-Fi. In a rush? Go to josephsnc.com and place your cafe order online. Joseph's Marketplace, family owned and operated since 1915.
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, Coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Ponce's Insurance be your coach. At Ponce's Insurance, how we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Ponce's Insurance online at poncesinsurance.com. Ponce's Insurance. Love the life you live.
Coach Stacey Robinson, 25 years at the helm for the Scotties, talking with his victorious Union squad. 41-20, your final score here from Bessemer, PA. Alongside Lee Mona, I'm James Dotson. Lee?
You consider that, I want to say upset, but a single A beating a double A a little bit. We're not expecting, you look at the score, and it's like, wow. But the turnovers is what the difference was in the that's the difference in the game right there.
4 of them.
Yep.
2 interceptions, 2 fumbles, and
the 3 returns for touchdowns.
3 returns for touchdowns. Yep, absolutely.
That's the game.
And a 3-score difference is what it ended up being in the end, Lee. It's a great start for Union, though I'm sure they would want a little bit more on the offensive front.
Without a doubt. Their offense did struggle at times here tonight. The Mohawk defense playing pretty well for the most part, but the Scotties, as I said, getting it done with the kick return, the punt return, the interception return, doing just enough on offense to keep the score at bay anyway. So Mohawk making a nice effort here in the second half. Got that running game going a little bit, James, here in the second half, but they were able to at least get a score anyways. But their offense looked a little bit more crisper in the second half. Did the Mohawk offense, and that's, I think, what the balance that they wanted, that we talked about anyways, that they did not see in the first half. They had a better second half at that.
Let's take a look at some of these stats, Lee. Let's start with Mohawk. J.C. Voss throwing the football ends up going 8 of 18 for 133 yards and a pair of picks. Running the football, not too bad. 11 carries, 27 yards. A couple of fumbles, though, in the process as well. A.J. Carnucci, 74 yards on the ground. Junior Micco, 32 yards, each of them with 10 catches. Mark Conti, 52 yards on 3 catches. and a touchdown for the Mohawk Warriors. On the other side for the Scotties, Tyler Staub throwing the football, 5 of 9 for 90 yards, a touchdown and a pick on the day. Braylon Thomas, one pass thrown. It was a 19-yard completion for a touchdown. He also had a 75-yard kick return for a touchdown, and he also caught a 14-yard touchdown pass as well. And that's why he is our first LCAP player of the game. Braylon Thomas of Union. The Lawrence County Community Action Partnership is proud to present the Player of the Game award to Braylon Thomas of Union High School. LCAP and the Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Braylon Thomas for tonight's Player of the Game award, and he will receive a customized t-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of tonight's Player of the Game award. To view the full list of the players over the course of the year, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Player of the Game. Congratulations again to the LCAP Player of the Game, Braylon Thomas, LCAP, changing lives. And with that, Lee, we also need to give the award for the play of the game, and I think that one's pretty easy. It's got to go to the one that sprung it open, the big punt return.
Yeah, Mr. Mike Gunn, the 93-yard punt return. It looked like he was going to be surrounded by plenty of Mohawk players, but somehow eluded them, went down the sideline. So congratulations to Mike Gunn. He's our Melee Chiropractic play of the game. We're at the Mike Gunn of Union. Melee Chiropractic and the Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Mike Gunn for tonight's play of the game. Mike Gunn will receive a customized t-shirt courtesy of Melee Chiropractic in recognition of tonight's play of the game. Video of tonight's play of the game will also be featured on the Trib Live High School Sports Network standout platform on Twitter and Instagram. To view tonight's Melee Chiropractic play of the game and the full list of the season's top plays, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Play of the Game. Congratulations to Mr. Gunn for tonight's Melee Chiropractic play of the game. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game. So, Mike Gunn, congratulations.
Some quick numbers, Lee. Unofficially, I have Mohawk at 325 yards. Union just 124 yards in the game. However, Union victorious. A quick scoring recap brought to you by Joseph's Marketplace. Again, visit their new cafe, josephsnc.com. J.C. Voss, a 28-yard pass to Mark Conti on 4th down on the opening drive, made it 7-0 Mohawk, but then it was 4 straight Union scores. The ensuing kickoff, Braylon Thomas took it 75 yards to the house after a 3-and-out. Mike Gunn getting his play of the game, the 93-yard punt return for a score. After another 3-and-out from Mohawk. Actually, I'm sorry, not a 3-and-out, a 4-and-out after a fumble forced and recovered by Nick Vitale. Jackson Clark gets a 19-yard touchdown pass out of the Wildcat from Braylon Thomas. Made it 21-7 at the end of the first quarter. Another Voss fumble, and on the very next play, Thomas getting on the receiving end. 14-yard pass from Tyler Staub. 27-7. Mohawk wouldn't go away. A.J. Carnucci caps off a 7-play drive, making it 27-14 midway through the second quarter. But again, Union would have a response. And this time, another turnover, the third of the first half. Jackson Clark steps in front of a pass over the middle, takes it 65 yards the other way to pay dirt. Made it 35-14 at the end of the second quarter. That was a score at the end of 3 as well. A lot of cramps in the second half, Lee, that we'll have to watch for tomorrow night expected as well, sadly. Keep an eye on that. Stay hydrated, kiddies. But then midway through the fourth quarter, Mark Stanley, a 20-yard run up the gut, made the score 41-14, and Mohawk able to punch one in with less than a minute left to go. A 9-yard touchdown pass from Jay Rona to Blake Logan officially on that touchdown. Your final score, 41-20 here at beautiful Bessemer, PA. Time of the game, way too long, but that's what happens. And you know what? We wouldn't have it any other way here on the Lawrence County SportsNet. One in the books, ladies and gentlemen.
One out of what, over 100 broadcasts planning on the year here in the end on lcsportsnet.com.
Real quick, final thought, Lee, on these two teams.
I'll tell you, for Mohawk, it was nice to see their offense come alive in the second half a little bit, to establish that running game. But they have a lot of work to do for the special teams, but it is week 0. And for Union, they got some athletes. And we talked about the numbers might be low, but they have some speed. And we talked, I think right before we went on the air, it's like the size over the speed, which is going to win, and the speed here won tonight.
Special thanks to all of our sponsors. Give them a shout-out one last time. Melee Chiropractic, Luxembourg Garbutt, Kelly and George. The Red Zone, Joseph's Marketplace, Pontius Insurance, Michael Kirkwood and Castle Realty, and the Crane Room Grill, and, of course, Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Special thanks to Coach Robinson of Union and to Coach McCutchen of Mohawk for all their help, and to Athletic Director here at Mohawk, Mr. Kevin Rona. For everybody here at Mohawk for helping get us set up. Our producer today, Aaron Vigiano, and Dom Summers. Camera operators were Mr. Christian Cassie, Rachel Bowen, and Ashley Haltala. Working the social media, Mr. Robbie Nattell.
All his fault for the length of the game.
Analyst Lee Moan. This is James Dotson inviting you to tune in tomorrow night for Shannock and Shenango. Your final score one last time here from Bessemer. Union 41, Mohawk 0. Thank you for joining us here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.